All right, we are live here at CollectCo. It is Sunday, 5:02, 2 minutes late, but we're here. I'm here, ready to sell some records. I found a cool box of 45s back there. I don't know if it's from the New Orleans collection, but some stuff that's definitely in a similar vein, and some stuff that might even be a little bit more recognizable to most people. Some cool like garage stuff from like the 80s and 90s, and a little bit of newer stuff mixed in there too. Yeah, found a nice little batch of 45s here that we're going to be auctioning for the whole show. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. X, the Germs, Sonic Youth, some Johnny Marr. What else was in here? I mean, the Cars with a picture sleeve, the Dead Boys, some bags, Blondie. Yeah, Black Mountain. Yeah, good mix of stuff. Just kind of dug it out of the back. Found it sitting on a shelf. And yeah, I'm kind of started going through that tonight. And this is wild. Got like a whole new setup here with like a screen up here just on this wall, and I don't have to look over to the left anymore. Anthony Riddle. Yeah, I'm late. I'm 2 minutes late. Which 5:02 for Chad would be like starting at, I don't know, like noon. The way he's been going the last couple of weeks. Let's see. Any Oasis Time Flies? I don't know. I don't know if we have any Oasis in stock or not. Chad would definitely be a better person to ask. Forgot I don't know. There is a lot of shakiness now that we've got this camera mounted to the table, but I do think it's a better setup overall. Hello, everybody. When you're on and watching, let me know. I'm live, yeah. You heading out? All right, see you in a minute. Yeah, when you're on and watching, let us know. Make sure you like the video, share it, all that fun stuff. Got all sorts of stuff tonight. Rebecca Howitt, I'm glad to see you are watching. Definitely dug out a cool little batch of 45s. I don't think they're from New Orleans, but I was saying they're kind of in a similar vein for sure. A lot of cool like garage type stuff and some sub pop stuff, sympathy for the record industry, and yeah, all sorts of stuff. We're definitely gonna get started with a crate of new vinyl. I've got 2 crates of half off pre-owned stuff tonight, which will be fun. What else? I don't know. There's a ton of records behind me over here that I can definitely do buy now best offer on. Yeah, that's very recent stuff. Cool. Yeah, good stuff. We'll have a good show tonight for sure. Surprised none of those sold. Spangle. Let's see. All right. Watching from Dangerfield, Texas. Thank you, Doug. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of cool 45s tonight for sure. NLPs, a lot of deals, a lot of discount stuff. I think by now you probably know the drill with Sunday shows. Before I get started, though, I'm going to mute my mic and get some water real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Just going through a warm-up crate. We'll create a new vinyl. Not sure how long it's been since Chad has gone through these, but we've got Albert King with Stevie Ray Vaughan. That's a new sealed copy for $33.99. Albert King, Born Under a Bad Sign, classic album, 55th anniversary edition on 180-gram vinyl. That's new and sealed for $34.99. You see, how is my mic picking up? Let me maybe turn it up 1 click. Give me 1 second here. Test, 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 test. That might be a little bit better there. All right. Thor, Only the Strong. That is new and sealed on splatter vinyl. That's new and sealed for $33.99 on Thor. We've got Godsmack, Faceless. That is a new sealed copy on vinyl for the first time in 45 RPM. $39.99 on Godsmack. And The Edge of Hell by Thor. This is on red marble vinyl, new and sealed $33.99. Thor, $33.99. And then Metallica, Saint Anger. That is new and sealed for $46.99. And then we have Pantera, Far Beyond Driven. That's a new sealed copy on white and stronger than blue marbled vinyl, $33.99 on Pantera. And Robert Johnson, King of the Delta Blues Singers. Wouldn't have a lot of the great music that we enjoy without Robert Johnson. That's a new sealed copy on what looks like to be, I don't know, like orangish peach colored vinyl there, $29.99 on Robert Johnson. Rat, Dancing Undercover. That's new and sealed on red, black, and white striped vinyl. New and sealed $33.99 on Rat. Bobby Rush and Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Young Fashioned Ways. That is a new copy in one of these, it's not sealed obviously, but I think they call these like those eco-friendly bags, but that is on maroon vinyl, $39.99 on Bobby Rush and Kenny Wayne Shepherd. What's up, Hiram? Rush Moving Pictures. Rush Moving Pictures on 180 gram audiophile vinyl. That is new for $36.99. Black Label Society, Doom Crew Inc. Incorporated there. Let's see, this is sealed on clear and black ice with gray and white splatter vinyl, $39.99 on Black Label Society. And then Jimi Hendrix Electric Ladyland. That is new and sealed, $34.99 on Electric Ladyland. Great album. Alter Bridge, One Day Remains. Alter Bridge is on Electric Smoke vinyl. That's new and sealed for $44.99. Hammerfall, Threshold on transparent blue vinyl, new and sealed $29.99 on Hammerfall. And then we've got CCR Chronicles. That's the 20 greatest hits. Newberry Comics exclusive on transparent blue with black smoke. Limited to 5,000 copies. That's new and sealed for $34.99. Metal Church. That's the music on vinyl pressing. Limited to 1,000 numbered copies on flaming colored vinyl. That is $38.99 for Metal Church. U2 Octung Baby. That is new and sealed for $46.99. Kiss Dynasty. That's a new sealed audiophile pressing, $33.99 on Kiss Dynasty. Then Tedeschi Trucks Band, Made Up My Mind. That's a music on vinyl pressing for $49.99. Bon Jovi Slippery When Wet, new and sealed $36.99. Nirvana, live at Hollywood Underground Club, Seattle, Washington, from 1988. That's a radio broadcast, new and sealed for $29.99 on Nirvana. Tracy Chapman, new and sealed 35th anniversary edition. This is on black vinyl, $33.99 on Tracy Chapman. We have 4 or 5 copies of that. Fiona Apple, Win the Pawn. This is a new sealed copy for $36.99 on Fiona Apple. And King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. That is Flying Microtonal Banana on Lucky Rainbow Edition, $33.99 for King Gizzard, Flying Microtonal Banana. Then American Football, that's new and sealed on Blue Smoke vinyl, $29.99 for American Football. And then Air, Moon Safari, that's new and sealed for $33.99. $33.99 on Air, Moon Safari. Let me shift these a little bit. Stereolab, Mars Audiac Quintet. It is a new 2LP edition on, for $38.99. Stereolab, $38.99. Then the Flaming Lips, Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots. That's a new sealed copy for $33.99. $33.99 on the Flaming Lips. And then King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard Infest, the Rat's Nest. That is the black and red vinyl edition, $33.99. Some thrash metal from King Gizzard. And then Beach House, Depression Cherry, new and sealed with the foil cover, $28.99 on Beach House. Mac DeMarco 2, new and sealed copy for $28.99. And then last in the crate is The Strokes, Is This It? That is new and sealed on transparent red vinyl $39.99 on the Strokes. All right. Let's see. I think I might go ahead and start putting up some of these 45s. Let's get some 45s up for auction. Let's see, what do we have here? We have Honeymoon Killers. Honeymoon Killers, that has Get It Hot and Getting Hot. Honeymoon Killers on Sub Pop. Black vinyl, appears to be an original copy, limited to 2,000 from 1989. That is going to be a $5 start on Honeymoon Killers. $5 start on Honeymoon Killers. And then we also have the Jim Jones Review, Collision Boogie. Jim Jones Review, Collision Boogie, and Mind Field from 2013. This is going to be a $5 start. $5 start on the Jim Jones Review. And we have a $7 starting bid on Honeymoon Killers with Rebecca Howitt. Rebecca Howitt is in on Honeymoon Killers, looking for a $5 start on Jim Jones Review. And we have a $7 bid on that with Rebecca as well. I'm going to fly through this crate real quick. If you need prices or anything, just let me know. We've got Albert King with Stevie Ray Vaughan, new and sealed. Albert King, Born Under a Bad Sign. Thor, Only the Strong on splatter vinyl. Godsmack Faceless. Thor, The Edge of Hell on red marble vinyl. Metallica, Saint Anger. Pantera, that's called Far Beyond Driven, and that is on white and Stronger Than Blue marbled vinyl. Robert Johnson, King of the Delta Blues Singers on colored vinyl as well. Rat, Dancing Undercover on, I don't know if it's splatter, but yeah, striped vinyl, red, black, and white striped vinyl. Rat Undercover. Bobby Rush and Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Young Fashioned Ways. Rush, Moving Pictures. Black Label Society, Doom Crew on colored vinyl. Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland. Alter Bridge, One Day Remains. Hammerfall, Threshold. Hammerfall, and then we have CCR Chronicles, the 20 Greatest Hits. Newberry Comics exclusive. Metal Church, the music on vinyl pressing, limited and numbered and colored. And then we have U2 Octung Baby, going twice, going 3 times on both auctions. Honeymoon Killers and the Jim Jones Review are both at $7 with Rebecca Howitt, going twice, going 3 times. Kiss Dynasty, audiophile pressing of that. Tedeschi Trucks Band, Made Up Mind. Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet. Nirvana, radio broadcast from 1988. And then we've got Tracy Chapman on black vinyl. Fiona Apple, Win the Pawn. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Flying Microtonal Banana. American Football, Blue Smoke vinyl. American Football self-titled, and then Air Moon Safari. Stereolab Mars Audiac Quintet, still available. Flaming Lips, Yoshimi, Battles of the Pink Robots. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Infest the Rat's Nest, final call on both auctions. Beach House, Depression Cherry, Mac DeMarco 2, and The Strokes, Is This It? Original cover and on red vinyl. Those are all still available. If anyone needs anything out of that crate, just let me know. Gonna go ahead and put up our first crate of half off pre-owned records here. Crate of half off. As Chad says, no more, no less. Half off sticker price. Hiram, did you want Flying Microtonal Banana or Infest the Rat's Nest? Or both? Just let me know. Infest the Rat's Nest, if you don't have that one, this is like their thrash metal record. This one's cool. It's got like some like Eastern kind of microtonal tuning on it. Super cool. One of their earlier ones there. Infest the Rat's Nest. That is sold to Hiram Raponte. Thank you, Hiram. That is sold to you. Let's see. Camera is too close. Yeah, I don't know if I can really tweak this too much. I have a stand on here, but I don't know. I can't really get the angle that I like. That's a little bit better there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and sell both of these auctions. Honeymoon Killers and the Jim Jones Review are both sold for $7 a piece. Those are sold for $7 a piece to Rebecca Howitt. Get those put up. These are both sold to Rebecca Howitt for $7 each. Thank you, Rebecca. Those are sold. Get those in this little crate over here. And put this in a stack. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get 2 more auctions up. Yeah, let me know if that's a little bit better. I feel like it's probably a little bit better. I did pull it back as far as I can comfortably, maybe right there. That's about as good as I can do. Elevate it. I don't know if man, this new stand, I don't know what I can do with this. Maybe something like that. That might be about it right there. All right, let's go ahead and put up our next 45 auction. This is X Adult Books. X Adult Books. Let's see if this is on colored vinyl or anything. Nope, it's on red vinyl. It is like a reissue kind of thing, but that's going to be a $5 start. $5 start on X. $5 start on that. And we also have Sacred Hearts. This is Sacred Hearts Temptation, bottle of whiskey and good and ready. Sacred Hearts is going to be a $5 start as well, and that is on black vinyl. So looking for a $5 start on X, $5 start on Sacred Hearts, and we are about to go through a half off crate of pre-owned. Half off. X is at $7 with Rebecca Howitt, and we're looking for a $5 start on Sacred Hearts. We have Charla Benedict, Mayan Television. Charla Benedict, that is half off for $7.50. $7.50 on that. Don Sugarcane Harris, I'm on Your Case. That is half off for $7.50. And then we have Ides of March, World Woven. That's half off for $10. Spilt Milk by Lori Stivers. That is half off. It's a promo copy, and that is $12.50. $12.50 for Laura Stivers, white label promo. Susie said bill her for King Gizzard and send it to Hiram as a birthday present. That is awesome. Thank you, Susie. So go ahead and bill Susie Breedlove for this King Gizzard, but send it to Hiram Aponte. Thank you very much. Going twice, going 3 times on both auctions. X is going for $7. Going twice, going 3 times at $7 with Rebecca Howitt, and Sacred Hearts is also going twice, going 3 times for $7 with Rebecca Howitt. We've got T Connection. T Connection is half off for $7.50, and then Spanky and Our Gang Live, that's half off for $10. No condition notes. The Free Spirits, Out of Sight and Sound. It's a VG copy. It is from 1967. There's some cover damage as well, but that's half off for $15. The Free Spirits is half off for $15. And then Robin Gibbs, Secret Agent, that's half off for just $5 now. And then we have The Intruders, Cowboys to Girls. Let's see, is that sign? No, it does have a little bit of writing on the front. It is a white label promo, though, from 1968, and that's half off for $50. It's a really nice looking record, though. Super clean copy. White label promo, half off for $50 on The Intruders. And then we have Young Holt Unlimited, Mellow Dreamin'. Young Holt Unlimited is half off for $10. Mae West, Way Out West is half off for $17.50. And then This City was $69.99. It's from 1979. This is half off now for $35. $35 on the JTO Records label. Looks like a small label, maybe private press type thing there. Final call on both auctions. Those are both at $7 with Rebecca Howitt. Final call on both of those. And then we have the John Street Rockets. The John Street Rockets Rock and Roll the Hard Way. That is a 1979 Southern rock album. It was $59.99. Now it is $30. $30 on that. Jason Boxley, Young Holt Unlimited, Mellow Dreamin'. It's on Cotillion. It does have a saw cut right here. It's half off for 10 bucks. It was $19.99. No condition notes. Looks like it is EX Plus on the Cotillion label. And let's see if I can figure out the pressing plant on this. Not really seeing any indicators on the plant here. There's no T1 or P or MR, Scranton, nothing. Oh yeah, I forgot it's in the, it's a specialty press. Forgot that it's just in the catalog number on the label there. Or not catalog number, but yeah. That's $10. Let's see. Name again on the first album. First album, John Dodd, was Sharla Benedict, S-H-A-R-L-A Benedict, and it's called Mayan Television. Looks like it's from 1990. It was $14.99. Now it's $7.50. Rob Shaw is in on X at $8. Now Rebecca Howitt is at $9. And let's see. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Nope. I'm going to go ahead and sell Sacred Hearts. Sacred Hearts is sold to Rebecca Howitt for $7. That's sold to Rebecca Howitt for $7. And X is at $9 with Rebecca Howitt. Rob Shaw, let me know if you want back in on X. Again, it's like a reissue, but it's X, adult books, and what was the B-side on this one? Adult books and We're Desperate. Adult books and We're Desperate. That is at $9 with Rebecca Howitt. Holbrook CM on Free Spirits. Free Spirits. Where was that one? This one here. Yep. That is sold to Holbrook CM. Thank you very much. That's sold to you. Next is George Benson, I Got a Woman and Some Blues. That is half off for 20 bucks. Half off for $20. That's a George Benson record that we don't see too often. Half off for $20 on that. Les Paul and Mary Ford. Les Paul and Mary Ford, Brazil. That's half off for $10. No condition notes on that either. X is now at 11 with Rebecca Howitt. Rob Shaw, you have been outbid. Let's see. This one I thought was pretty cool. I don't think this particular release was released in the time. I know some of the tracks were on a single, but this is a Sundays reissue. This is the Spiders with Why Don't You Love Me, Don't Blow Your Mind, Hitchhike, and Why Don't You Love Me. And that was like that's a previously unissued instrumental track on the B-side there. And Don't Blow Your Mind is a previously unissued version. But if you look right here, that is Alice Cooper. Before he was Alice Cooper, Vincent Furnier. But yeah, Alice Cooper, pre-Alice Cooper days. And this is on like a purple marble vinyl from Sundays. And this is going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Spiders. That is quickly at $7 with Rebecca Howitt. Rob Shaw, let me know if you want back in on X. That is at $11 with Rebecca Howitt. And the Spiders is already at $7 with Rebecca Howitt as well. Let's see. Back to the crate. The Who, Odds and Sods, no condition notes, $13.50 on The Who. Allman Brothers Band, Enlightened Rogues, half off for $10. Endless Beach, this is a 2LP compilation. Half off price is $10 on Endless Beach. Then we have Hellfield. Hellfield, it has a press kit with it as well. Half off for $12.50 on Hellfield. It is a white label promo as well. Then Steve Hackett, Cured. Steve Hackett is half off for $10. Let's see. Rebecca Howitt now has the Spiders at $10. Rod Bryan, you've been outbid. And X is a final call for $11 with Rebecca Howitt. Final call on X for $11. Harmaponte on Hellfield. That is sold to Harmaponte for half. Actually, sorry. Rebecca Howitt was first on that. Harmaponte was second. So Hellfield is sold to Rebecca Howitt for half off. Next in the crate, Osibisa. That is called Welcome Home. And that's half off for $10. $10 on that. Catfish Hodge. Boogeyman, Gonna Get Ya. Catfish Hodge is half price, no condition notes for $20 on the Eastbound Records label. Catfish Hodge, half off for $20. And then we've got the Chevrolet Experience. That is half off for $12.50. Half off $12.50. Richard Zeinert on Steve Hackett. Holbrook CM on Osibisa. And Ron Fuller, the Who, I believe was $13.50. Yeah, half off price is $13.50 on that. No condition notes. Let me know if you want that one. I'll stick it in the back in case you do. I'm going to go ahead and sell X. X is sold to Rebecca Howitt for $11. And let's go ahead and make the Spiders a final call as well. Alice Cooper, before he was Alice Cooper, that is a final call for $10. And that is, yeah, at $10 with Rebecca Howitt. Final call. Final call on the Spiders. Let's go ahead and keep going through this crate. Robbie Krieger and friends. Robbie Krieger from the Doors. Half off price is just $7.50. Al Anderson. Al Anderson is $12.50. Martin Denny. The exciting sounds of Martin Denny. This is Exotica Volume 2. No condition notes. Half price is $5 on Martin Denny. Then we have Direct Hits. Looks like a promo. Half off for $7.50. Half off $7.50. Half off for $7.50. Direct Hits. Santana, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. The Hollies, the Birds, Chambers Brothers. Good stuff there. Bones. This is Bones Waiting Here. Bones Waiting Here is half off for $7.50. Half off $7.50. Ron Fuller is going to take the Who. The Who is sold to Ron Fuller. Ryan Eaton on Krieger. Where is Robbie? There he is. Robbie Krieger sold to Ryan Eaton for half off. Martin Denny is sold to Steve Biddlecombe. That is sold to Steve Biddlecombe. And the Direct Hits is sold to Rebecca Howitt. Thank you, Rebecca. That's sold to you. Let's go ahead and sell the Spiders as well. Spiders is sold to Rebecca Howitt for $10. Rebecca Howitt gets the Spiders for $10. And let's see. Let's get two more 45s up for auction. Let's see what we've got here. That looks pretty cool. Let's do that and that. Yeah, let's get these going up for auction. We've got the Luna Chicks. Luna Chicks, this is a 2-disc, like 4-track EP of the Luna Chicks. Looks like it is from 1989. Luna Chicks, and this is going to be a $5 start. $5 start on the Luna Chicks. And also going up is Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds in the Heat of the Moment. Looks like a super clean disc there. Noel Gallagher is going to be a $5 start as well. So looking for a $5 start on Luna Chicks and $5 start on Noel Gallagher. Rebecca Howitt on Bones. Bones is sold to Rebecca Howitt. I don't think I've ever seen you with glasses on. I didn't know you were. Who are you? Who's this guy bringing me chicken? All right. Next in the crate, Peter Yarrow. That's enough for me. Peter Yarrow, half off for $5. It's got a promo sticker, and it is a white label promo label as well. I'm trying not to hit this camera. It is shaky. Luna Chicks is at $7 with Kelly Vladerchik. Kelly's in on Luna Chicks at $7, and we're looking for a $5 start on Noel Gallagher. Redneck Mothers. Redneck Mothers, this is a country compilation, half off for $10. You got Willie Nelson, Bobby Bear, Gary Stewart, Steve Young, cool, Vernon Oxford, Johnny Russell, the Tennessee Pullybone, and Jerry Reed. Redneck Mothers, half off for $10. Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels Breakout. That is EX condition, half off for $6.50. $6.50 on Mitch Ryder. Grand Funk Survival, EX condition, $9 on that. Tramline somewhere down the line is EX for $11.50. $11.50 on Tramline. And then the medium is the Massage with Marshall McLuhan. McLuhan? Something like that. Half off price is $10. It's a 1967 US press. Going twice, going three times on Luna Chicks. That is at $7 with Kelly Vladerchik. and going twice, going three times, looking for a $5 start on Noel Gallagher. Next, we have San Francisco. This is a compilation of San Francisco bands with Cold Blood, Hammer, Tower of Power, Victoria, and David Lannon. And no condition notes on the vinyl. Half off price is $7.50. $7.50 on the San Francisco compilation. Nick Gravenights, My Labors. That's a 1969 US press. Half off is $17.50. $17.50. No condition notes. Super clean looking copy there. Kelly Wlodarczyk is also in on Noel Gallagher, so that is at $5 with Kelly Wlodarczyk. But final call on Lunatics. Lunatics is a final call at $7 with Kelly Wlodarczyk. Next in the crate is Pete Carnes Blues Band, Dark of the Woods. That it was $24.99. It's half off for $24.99 from 1979. Oh yeah, it's $12.50. I don't know if I said the half off price. $12.50 on Pete Carnes Blues Band. And then we have Cream, Goodbye. That's Goodbye Cream. Looks like it's on the RSO label. That is a reissue there, but Cream, Goodbye is half off for $17.50. Clean looking copy there. The National Down Home Blues Festival Volume 4. That is sealed. It was $34.99. Now it is $17.50. $17.50 on the Blues Festival. GFR. What was GFR? Grand Funk Railroad, of course. Holbrook CM got Grand Funk Railroad. That is sold to you. And then Lunatics is sold to Kelly Wlodarczyk for $7. And final call on Noel Gallagher. Final call on Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. That's at $5 with Kelly Wlodarczyk as well. Final call on that. Let's see. We've got a guy from a band doing a solo thing over here. Let's do another thing like that. We've got Johnny Marr from the Smiths. This is called Candidate. Looks like this was pressed in 2015. And this is going to be a $5 start. Candidate and Exit Connection. $5 start on Johnny Marr. $5 start on that. Who are the artists on the Blues Festival? We've got Henry and Vernal Townsend, Booker T. Lowry, Dr. Ross, Larry Johnson, Son Thomas, and Hezekiah Early on the Southland label. Sealed. $17.50 on that. Rod Bryant, if you want that. Johnny Marr is at $7 with Rebecca Howitt. Closed captions just called me Kelly Fried Chickens. Wlodarczyk doesn't sound anything like fried chicken. That's great, though. Let's see. Tennessee, 1949. This is Bill Emerson and Pete Goebel. That is half off for $10. Half off for $10. And then the best of Hoyt Axton. Hoyt Axton is $12.50. And then Noel Gallagher is sold to Kelly Wlodarczyk for $5. That's sold to Kelly Wlodarczyk for $5. Thank you. That is sold to you. And let's go ahead and move Johnny Marr over there. That's going twice, going three times. It's at $7 with Rebecca Howitt. I'll show a few more records. And then I'll put up another 7-inch. Robert Warner is here. Robert Warner is in on Johnny Marr at $8. And now it's at $9 with Rebecca Howitt. And next is Bobby Gentry and Glenn Campbell. Bobby Gentry and Glenn Campbell. No condition notes. Half off price is $10 on that. Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs. Flatt and Scruggs. The Story of Bonnie Clyde. Half off price is $7.50. $7.50 on that. And then Hank Williams Jr. Major Moves in shrink wrap. No condition notes. Half off for $10 on Hank Williams Jr. Emmylou Harris. Bluebird. That is a sealed copy. $12.50 for Emmylou Harris. Sealed for $12.50. Let's see, Rebecca, you've been outbid on Johnny Marr. That's now at $10 with Robert Warner. Robert Warner has that for $10. Rebecca, you are out. Let's put up another one from Sub Pop. This is Sister Ray. Sister Ray, Velvet Underground reference. Shirley, and then it says the tracks The King and Push Me. Sister Ray from Sub Pop. Looks like, yeah, it's on like a green marbled vinyl kind of thing from 1990. $5 start on Sister Ray. Sister Ray is a $5 start. How much is the Al Anderson? Al Anderson, did I read Al Anderson? Let's see. Oh yeah, that was that one that's on Vanguard with the cool cover. Let's see, Al Anderson. No condition notes, half off price is $12.50. $12.50 on that gold Vanguard label. $12.50 on that. Scott Snee, if you want that, that is $12.50. Robert Warner is out on Johnny Marr, but Arnold Adams is in at $14 with Arnold Adams. Sister Ray is at $8 with Gary Samuels. Now it's at $9 with Robert Warner. Robert Warner has Sister Ray for $9. Green marbled vinyl from 1990. And let's see, Rebecca Howitt's back in on Johnny Marr at $15. So both auctions are getting bids. And let's see, what else did I miss? Yeah, Scott Snee, let me know if you want the Al Anderson. Sold. Just saw that pop up right when asked. Al Anderson is sold to Scott Snee. Thank you, Scott. That's sold to you. Jerry Lee Lewis, 16-track album on Charlie Records. It's a UK import. No condition notes, half off price is $10. $10 on Jerry Lee Lewis. And then we have Kill a Baby, Save a Dog. I don't know about that. Blind Teeth Victory Band. It's sealed from 1987. The half off price is $15. $15 on the Blind Teeth Victory Band. Johnny Marr out. Let's see. Let's go ahead and make Johnny Marr a final call. Final call on Johnny Marr for $15 with Rebecca Howitt. And Sister Ray is still getting bids. That's at $15 with Gary Samuels. Rebecca Howitt, you've been outbid. Kill, this one is sold to Rebecca Howitt. Thank you, Rebecca. That's sold to you. Next is Bluegrass for collectors. Bluegrass compilation half off is $6.50. Then Roy Clark, Labor of Love. Roy Clark is VG Plus with $5 on Roy Clark. The Charlie Daniels Band Windows half off is $12.50. $12.50 on Charlie Daniels Band. And then Barefoot Jerry Watching TV. Barefoot Jerry is $10. That's the half off price. Country Joe McDonald, Goodbye Blues. Country Joe McDonald's is also $10. Tammy Wynette, Let's Get Together. That's VG Plus for $6 on Tammy Wynette. Gonna go ahead and sell Johnny Marr. Johnny Marr is sold for $15 to Rebecca Howitt. Rebecca Howitt gets that for $15. And Sister Ray now has a high bid of $16 with Rebecca Howitt. Gary Samuels and Robert Warner have both said that they're out. Thank you for letting me know. Let's go ahead and just make that a final call then. Sister Ray is a final call for $16 with Rebecca Howitt. Let's see, tracks on Hank Williams Jr. Let's check that out. It's a nice looking copy. It's got All My Rowdy Friends Are Coming Over Tonight, Promises, Video Blues, Major Moves, The Blues Medley, Mr. Lincoln, Country Relaxin', Attitude Adjustment, Knoxville Courthouse Blues, and Wild and Blue. Let's see. If you want that, just say Soul, David Shelton. Bluegrass and Roy Clark. Let's pick up Sarah. Let's see. There's Roy Clark and Bluegrass. These are both sold to Gary Samuels. Thank you, Gary. Those are sold to you. And what else? I made that a final call. Let's go ahead and sell that. Sister Ray is sold to Rebecca Howitt for $16. Now I'll go ahead and get two more singles up for auction. I told you I found a nice little patch of singles today. Let's see what else we've got here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do these. This is Freaks, and it's called Potter's Field, Addicted, Do It, and Looking at You. I think this might, is this the one that has, no, it doesn't have a comic book, but it's got like a cool kind of poster sleeve type thing there. This Freaks is going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Freaks. I think it was supposed to fold that way right there. Yep, final or $5 start on Freaks. And then we also have Uncle Acid. Uncle Acid Mind Crawler. This one is on standard black vinyl. This is going to be a $5 start as well. Some Stoner Rock, Stoner Metal. Uncle Acid is a $5 start. So looking for $5 starts on both auctions there. David Shelton said sold. That was for the Hank Williams Jr. That is sold to David Shelton. Thank you. That's sold to you. More in the crate. Let's see what we've got. Country Gold. Country Gold, that's a country compilation, of course. VG Plus, $5. $5 on Country Gold. Freaks is at $6 with Rebecca Howard. I can't grab the next record. There we go. Bone Symphony. Gold stamp promo. Bone Symphony. Half off price is $7.50 on Bone Symphony. And then Bill Haley and his Comets. Golden Hits. Bill Haley is half off for $10. Shoes. Tongue Twister. Shoes Tongue Twister. Legendary Power Pop Band, half off for just $10 on Shoes. $10 on that. Let's see. Uncle Acid has a high bid of $10 with Gary Samuels. Gary Samuels has Uncle Acid for $10. And Freaks is going twice, going 3 times. That's at $6 with Rebecca Howard. Let's go ahead and recap this crate. Gonna mute my mic and take a sip of water. Just 1 second. All right, let's see. Shoes. Shoes is sold to Rebecca Howard. Freaks is at $7 with Ron Fuller. Rebecca Howard, you've been outbid. Rebecca Howard, you are out on Freaks. That's at $7 with Ron Fuller. Let's go ahead and make Uncle Acid a final call. Uncle Acid is a final call at $10 with Gary Samuels, and Ron Fuller's on that one now. Ron Fuller has the high bid on Uncle Acid at $11, and now Freaks is at $9 with Rebecca Howard. Let's recap this crate. This is a half off crate, 50% off. However you want to look at it. But if you need conditioner prices on anything, just let me know. Got Charla Benedict, Mayan Television, Don Sugarcane Harris, I'm on your case. Ides of March, World Woven. Spilt Milk by Lori Stivers. It's a white label promo. T-Connection, Spanking Our Gang Live. Robin Gibbs, Secret Agent, that's just $5 for one of the BGs. The Intruders, Cowboys to Girls, that was a white label promo, half off for $50. It was $99.99. Mae West, that's way out west on Tower Records. This City, the John Street Rockets, Rock and Roll the Hard Way, I think. Yeah, that was like a small label Southern rock record there. Ron Fuller has Freaks for $10. Rebecca Howard says she's out. Let's go ahead and make Freaks a final call for $10. And Uncle Acid has a high bid of $13 with Ron Fuller. Rob Shaw, you've been outbid. Brian De Leon on The Intruders for half off. That is sold to Brian De Leon. Thank you, Brian. That's sold to you. This City is sold to Rebecca Howard. Thank you, Rebecca. That's sold to you as well. Next in the crate, Young Holt Limited, Mellow Dreamin'. Jason Boxell was asking about that one. I don't think he ever said sold on it, but that was half off for $10 if anyone wants that. And George Benson, I Got a Woman and Some Blues. George Benson, great guitarist. Another great guitarist here, of course, Les Paul and Mary Ford. That is Brazil. And let's go ahead and sell Freaks. Freaks is sold for $10 to Ron Fuller. Ron Fuller got Freaks for $10. And final call on Uncle Acid. Uncle Acid is a final call. That's at $13 with Ron Fuller. What else do we have here? Let's go ahead and put this up. Just kind of grabbing random ones. There are still some very cool ones. This whole stack was kind of cool. There's more stuff somewhat in line with like that New Orleans stuff, but this one is called Love Dolls. Love Dolls. It's on that Sympathy for the Record Industry label. It's on pink marbled vinyl. I don't have a year on it, but I would guess it's late 80s, early 90s. no year, but Love Dolls on pink. I guess Sympathy for the Record Industry is probably 90s, but $5 start on Love Dolls. Let's keep going through the crate. The Allman Brothers Band, Enlightened Rogues. Now Uncle Acid is at 14 with Rob Shaw. Rob Shaw looks like he switched over to Facebook from YouTube. It's now at 14 with Rob Shaw. That means Ron Fuller, you are out on that one. And then we have Endless Beach. Catfish Hodge, Boogeyman Gonna Get Ya. That was half off for $20. No condition notes on Catfish Hodge. The Chevrolet Experience. Peter Yarrow, That's Enough for Me. Redneck Mothers, it's a country compilation. Love Dolls is at 5 with Kelly Wlodarczyk, and we're still getting bids on Uncle Acid. That's at 15 with Ron Fuller. Rob Shaw, you are out. Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels Breakout. That is still available. Tramline, Somewhere Down the Line in shrink wrap. Marshall McLuhan, I don't know, man. Something like that. And then the San Francisco compilation. Half off, just $7.50 on that. Nick Gravenights, My Labors. Pete Carnes, Blues Band, Dark of the Woods. And then Cream, it's Goodbye Cream. Was the Charlie Daniels Band this way or the other way? David Shelton, give me 1 second. I think it was maybe further this way. Right? Yeah, I don't think I've gotten to it yet. When I get to it, I'll read the tracks to you. Chris Collins, Young Holt was $10. $10 on Young Holt Limited. There's the National Down Home Blues Festival Volume 4. Final call on Love Dolls. Love Dolls is a final call that is at $5 with Kelly Wlodarczyk. Final call on that. Pink vinyl. Tennessee, 1949, Bill Emerson and Pete Goebel. Best of Hoyt Axton. Let's see, Cream was $17.50, I believe. I don't have a area on this one. It's on the Southland label, but looks like it was made in Georgia and it was recorded in Atlanta. I'm not sure where these artists are from, but looks like Mississippi, Memphis. I don't know, I'm seeing a bunch of different places mentioned, but looks like it was recorded in Atlanta. Rod Bryant, if that helps you at all. Doctor's Ebo, I believe Cream was $17.50. Yep, $17.50. It's on the RSO label. And I keep hitting that thing. RSO label, sorry about that. I'm trying to steady that. There we go. Cream. And Regina Ford Tabor is now in on the Love Dolls. Love Dolls is at 6, right when I was about to sell it. Young Holt Limited, or Unlimited, I mean. Young Holt Unlimited is sold to Chris Collins. Thank you, Chris. That's sold to you. Dr. Zebo, everything in here is half off. These are all half off sticker price, so it is $17.50. UA20. Uncle Acid is still going. Almost forgot about it. Uncle Acid is at $20 with Rob Shaw. Ron Fuller, you have been outbid. Let's see, the Blues Live comp here, that is sold to Rod Bryan. Thank you, Rod Bryan. That is sold to you. And Kelly Wlodarczyk, let me know if you want back in on Love Dolls. You have been outbid. That's at $6 with Regina Tabor. It's at $6 with Regina Tabor. And then we still have Bobby Gentry and Glenn Campbell available. Flatt and Scruggs, The Story of Bonnie and Clyde. Emmylou Harris, Bluebird. That is a sealed copy. Jerry Lee Lewis, 16-track album. And then here's the Charlie Daniels Band Windows. That has Still in Saigon, Ain't No Ramblers Anymore, The Lady in Red, We Had It All One Time, Party and Gal, Ragin' Cajun, Makes You Want to Go Home, Blowing Along with the Wind, Nashville Moon, and The Universal Hand. Kelly says she's out on Love Dolls. Let's go ahead and make that a final call again. That is at $6 with Regina Tabor. Final call on that. And final call on Uncle Acid. That is at $20 with Rob Shaw. Final call on both of those. Barefoot Jerry, Watching TV, is still available. This is Country Joe McDonald, Goodbye Blues. Next, there's Country Gold right there. There's also Tammy Wynette, Let's Get Together. Then Bone Symphony and Bill Haley. Bill Haley Golden Hits 2LP compilation still available as well if anyone wants anything out of here. I'm going to get it out of the way, but first I'm going to go ahead and sell these. Regina Ford Tabor gets the Love Dolls for $6. That is sold for $6 to Regina Tabor. And then Uncle Acid is sold to Rob Shaw for $20. Let me get this crate out of the way and I'll get another one up. I've got another half off crate. Another half off crate to go through. Let's see. Set this up and then I'll get 2 more 45s up for auction. Bone Simp. Is it Bone Symphony? Was that something? Yeah, Bone Symphony. That is sold to Rebecca Howitt. Thank you, Rebecca. That's sold to you. And let's see, what else do we have here? I think this is, yeah, cool. Grab that. And what else? This one might be kind of, some of these, probably, I mean, I definitely should have looked some of these up. I have a feeling that some of these are pretty pricey. I'm still going to just start them for $5. And I'm sure that they'll go for what they should go for one way or another. I don't know what this is. I'm going to just go ahead and put this thing up. Let's see. We've got Holly and Joey. I Got You, Babe. Holly and Joey. There's I Got You, Babe, the Sonny and Cher song. And then One More Dance. That is Joey Ramone. Looks like this is from, I don't know when, but it was recorded in 1982. This definitely looks and feels like a newer pressing, but that is going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Holly and Joey. I Got You, Babe. Any site tonight? I don't think so. Not tonight. No site. I didn't. We're just kind of going through half off crates and some buy now best offer stuff, throwing up some 45s, all that fun stuff. This is the Jet Boys. The Jet Boys, and this is called I Want to Die and Time Bomb. The Jet Boys, that's going to be a $5 start as well. $5 start on the Jet Boys. Holly and Joey. Joey is at $9 with Rebecca Howitt. Craig Thomas, you have been outbid. And we're looking for a $5 start on the Jet Boys. And that's at $5 with Craig Thomas. Craig Thomas is in the house. And Gary Samuels is at $12 on Holly and Joey. That is one that I did kind of look at. I think it definitely goes for a lot more than $5. It's not crazy pricey, but I think I was seeing, anywhere between like 20 and 40, maybe somewhere in that range, but it's a nice copy. Maybe someone will get a good deal on that one. It's at 13 with Craig Thomas, and Jet Boys is at $6 with Robert Warner. Another half off crate. Another half off crate right here. Jet Boys is now at 7 with Craig. All right. Let's get in here. An Ace album. That is half off for $7.50. Saga, Worlds Apart. Saga is half off for $7.50 as well. 38 Special. That is Special Forces. Half off for $12.50. And then Boz Scaggs Hits. Boz Scaggs Hits is $10. Todd Rundgren presents the ever popular Tortured Artist Effect. That's half off for $12.50. Don't see that one as often as a lot of his others. This is Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder's Journey Through the Secret Life of Plants. Half off price on that is $15. Holly and Joey is at $15 with Gary Samuels. Going once, going twice. Robert Warner's out on the Jet Boys. That's also going twice, going 3 times. So both auctions going twice, going 3 times. Holly and Joey's at 15, and Jet Boys is at 7 with Craig Thomas. Let's keep going. Tom T. Hall, Natural Dreams. That is a sealed copy for $7.50. Then we have Cliff Noble's Pony the Horse. Cliff Noble's is $10. Savoy Brown, Jack the Toad. Savoy Brown is half off for $10. Doc Watson in Nashville. Good deal. Doc Watson in Nashville is half off for $10. And then we have the Heart Fixers. Cool on it. Signed by multiple people. It looks like that's half off for $10. Maybe that some of those guys signed it. Looks like there are at least 3 signatures. Oh, and then another one down here. Oh, Dale. This is from Dale's collection. That is half off for $10 on the Heart Fixers. half off on that. Bang on the... Oh, is that on that album? I don't want to work. I just want to bang on the drum all day. Is it on this record? Let's see, it is. Yeah. Very cool. That one is on there. Final call on both auctions, Holly and Joey. The high bid on that is still 15 with Gary Samuels. That's a final call. And final call on Jet Boys, that's at 7 with Craig Thomas. Final call on both of those. Cliff Nobles, that sold to Regina Tabor. Thank you, Regina. That sold to you for half off. And then Christopher Cross, another page, that is half off for $5. $5 on Christopher Cross. And then the Beach Boys, 10 Years of Harmony. That's an EX copy for $12.50. Then Jackson Brown, Lawyers in Love, is half off for $7.50. Holly and Joey is sold to Gary Samuels for $15. And the Jet Boys is sold to Craig Thomas for $7. Those are both sold. And let's see, I almost knocked something over up here, I think. Just about, yep. Oh, that looks interesting. It's got some other 45s over here. All right. Let's see what we've got over here. Found like a little stash of Johnny Marr singles. This is Johnny Marr, Dynamo, and Struck. That's a $5 start on Johnny Marr, Dynamo, and Struck. $5 start on that. And then we also have Motorcycle Boy with Feel It in One Punch. That's on like a blue marble vinyl on Motorcycle Boy, Feel It in One Punch. That's also going to be a $5 start on both of those. How much was Tammy Wynette? Tommy Call, I think it was VG Plus for $6.50, I want to say. I think it was $6.50. No, just $6 even. $6 on Tammy Wynette. It was $11.99. Now it's half off for $6. Half off, $6. Let's see, what else did I miss? Heart Fixers, Natasha Pickett on Heart Fixers. That is sold to Natasha Pickett. Thank you, Natasha. That's sold to you. Johnny Marr 6, Johnny Marr 8, Johnny Marr 7, Johnny Marr 9, Johnny Marr 9. Rebecca Howitt has Johnny Marr for $9, and we're looking for a $5 start on Motorcycle Boy. Motorcycle Boy on blue marbled vinyl. Sold. Let's see, Tommy Call. Tommy Call is going to get Tammy Wynette. That is sold. And then Melissa Bailey on Jackson Brown. Thank you, Melissa. That is sold to you. Did I miss anything else? At Cliff, then Heart Fixers, JB. Bunch of bids on Johnny Marr. The high bid is $11 with Rebecca Howitt. Robert Warner and Craig Thomas, you guys are both out. Let's keep going through this crate. We've got Diana Ross and the Supremes Greatest Hits, half off for $10. $10 on that. And then Spanky's Greatest Hits, Spanky and Our Gang in Shrink, half off for $10. Sonny and Cher, In Case You're in Love. That's half off for $10. It's a mono copy as well. Sonny and Cher, mono on Atco. Got to flip this thing over. I have to have side one facing up. Come on, John. Nah. That is a mono copy of Sonny and Cher, In Case You're in Love, and it's $10. Final call to get a $5 start on Motorcycle Boy. Looking for a $5 start on that. Final call. Diana Ross. That is sold to Doctors Ebo. Doctors Ebo gets that for half off. Ron Fuller Songs on Spanky. We have Sunday Will Never Be the Same. Making Every Minute Count. Lazy Day Commercial. It ain't necessarily Bird Avenue. Everybody's talking. Sunday Morning. Like to Get to Know You. Give a Damn. 3 Ways from Tomorrow. Yesterday's Rain. And She's Mine. Half off for $10. Motorcycle Boy does have a bid now that's at $5 with Chris Collins. Going once, going twice. Marr out, Marr out. All right, let's do a final call on Johnny Marr. Johnny Marr's at 11 with Rebecca Howitt. Final call on that. Final call. Spanky. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Well, Ron Fuller. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you were also the one that asked about it. Spanky and Our Gang is sold to Ron Fuller. Thank you, Ron. That is sold to you. And Regina Tabor on Sonny and Cher. That's sold to Regina Tabor. Next, let's see, Motorbike Chris Spedding. He's not on this, is he? No, that's a different group. Okay. Next in the crate is, cool, Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal. It is a VG copy, but it's just $7.50. It's $7.50 on Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal. Grand Funk, What's Funk? Grand Funk is half off for $10. $10 on that. Buddy Miles. That is Buddy Miles Live. It's a 2LP live show. Half off price is $15 on Buddy Miles. Let's go ahead and sell Johnny Marr. Final call on Motorcycle Boy for $5. Final call on that. Johnny Marr is sold for $11 to Rebecca Howitt. Rebecca Howitt gets that for $11. Let's put up another one. I'm going to shuffle these around to mix it up a little bit. So I think, yeah, a lot of these were in like alphabetical order. Let's see. I think this is the one I was thinking of earlier that has a comic. This is On the Road with the Goops. And yeah, it's got a little comic book like in the sleeve here. Yeah, the Goops. On the Road with the Goops with the comic book. And this is going to be a $5 start. What are the tracks on here? The Goops. One Kiss Left and Build Me Up Buttercup. $5 start on the Goops with the comic there. George Gutierrez. Yeah, great work on Lou Reed. Absolutely. What's that guitar player's name that played with him during that time? Is he credited on here? I cannot remember his name, but he's great. But $7.50. It's a great placeholder copy for cheap if you don't have it at all. And let's go ahead and sell Motorcycle Boy. Motorcycle Boy is sold to Chris Collins for $5. That's sold to Chris Collins for $5. Thank you, Chris. That is sold to you for $5. Get that away. And then let's put up another 7-inch single. Cool band here. This is Black Mountain on Sub Pop with Lucy Brown and Shelter. And this is on like a green marble vinyl from Sub Pop. Let's see, 2008. That's what this one is saying. Black Mountain, green vinyl, $5 start on that. $5 start on Black Mountain. And looking for a $5 start on Goops as well. Let's keep going on this half-off crate. Joe Pass, Live Montreux 77. Joe Pass is half off for $7.50. And then Skywalk, Silent Witness. It's a fusion record from 1983. Half off price is $7.50. Then Black Rose, John David Souther. John David Souther is half off for $7.50. Let's see. Rebecca Howitt has Goop. The Goops for $5. That's at $5 with Rebecca Howitt. And Black Mountain, first to get a $5 starting bid on that was Rod Bryan at $5, but now it's at $7 with Rebecca Howitt. So both auctions have bids. Let's keep going through the crate. In Transit. In Transit is half off for $10. Joey DeFrancisco, All of Me, Joey DeFrancisco. That's a bop record from 1989. Half off for $10. And then we have the Battle of the Bands. Cool. The Battle of the Bands with the Apollos. Live 1966. Round 2 from Psychedelic LP Records is like an unofficial type thing here, I believe. I think this label, yeah. Right? Aren't they like an unofficial label from Dallas, Texas? Half off. $15 on the Battle of the Bands. Half off. Let's see. Is that the Goops from the Mallrats soundtrack? I didn't realize that. That's awesome. Goops. Goops from the Mallrats soundtrack. The Goops is a final call. Goops is a final call. That's at $5 with Rebecca Howitt. And Black Mountain, the high bid on that I'm seeing is $8 with Rod Bryant. Rod Bryant has that for $8. And that is going 3 times. And I'm about to sell the Goops. It's at $5. Johnny and the Headhunters. Johnny and the Headhunters is half off for $9. This is Jeffrey, Normal, and Magic. Earth Days and Astral Nights. It's a sealed copy from 1988, and it's just $10. Looks interesting. Ravina and the Magnetics. Tennessee and Texas. That's a French rockabilly record, EX condition for $6. $6 on that. And Jan Hammer, I almost said earthly years, the early years. Jan Hammer, half off is $10. John Hammond, solo John Hammond is $10. That's a live record there, John Hammond. Now Black Mountain is at 11 with Rod Bryan. Robert Warner, you've been outbid. The Goops is sold. The Goops is sold for $5 to Rebecca Howitt. Rebecca Howitt got the Goops. Sounds like a disease. I've got the Goops. I can't go to work today. I've got the Goops. That's sold to Rebecca Howitt for $5. We move this over. Black Mountain is at $11 with Rod Bryan. Robert Warner, let me know if you want back in. And let's get another one up. Let's get another one up. What happened to this? Oh yeah, forgot it was kind of separate. This like inner sleeve was too tight for the outer sleeve. This is Big Chief. Big Chief with Strange Notes. Yeah, it's from Sympathy for the Record Industry. Big Chief, Strange Notes. I think it's, yeah, single-sided on blue vinyl with an etching on the B-side. Blue vinyl, Sympathy for the Record Industry. This is going to be a $5 start. $5 start. Looks like it's a cover of the Germs Strange Notes. $5 start on that. $5 start on Big Chief. Robert Warner's back in on Black Mountain. That's at $12 with Robert Warner. Rod Bryan, you've been outbid. Let me know if you want back in. Make sure I didn't miss any claims or anything. And keep on going through this half-off crate. We've got George Duke. Faces in Reflection. George Duke is half off for $15. Shake and Push, The Morels. The Morels is sealed from 1982. That's $12.50. And Crow Mosaic is a VG copy for $5. VG for $5. Homer and Jethro. Oh, that's corny. $10. Homer and Jethro is $10. Let's see, did I miss anything else? Robert Warner is at 12. Rod Bryan, let me know if you want back in. Going twice, going 3 times to get a $5 start on Big Chief. Looking for a $5 start on Big Chief. Leon Thomas, Full Circle. Leon Thomas, Full Circle is VG Plus for $10. And then we have Rooster Crowded 4-Day. That broke my brain. The Legendary J. Miller Sessions, Volume 3. Rooster Crowded 4-Day. Man, it's from that Fly-Right label, UK Mono from 1976. EX condition for $9. EX for $9 on that. Scott Snee on Joe Pass. Where was that? A little bit further back, I believe. Scott Snee on Joe Pass. Great guitar player there. There he is. Joe Pass is sold to Scott Snee. Scott Snee got Joe Pass. Rod Bryan is on YouTube now, and that's at $13 with Rod Bryan. Robert Warner, you have been outbid. Going once, going twice. Holbrook CM, yeah, I think Crow was $5. It is a VG copy, but it's just $5. $5 on that. Holbrook CM, if you want that, just let me know. And final call on Big Chief. Final call on Big Chief. We're looking for a $5 start. Final call to get a bid in before I make it a buy it now. Robert Warner is out on Black Mountain. Thank you for letting me know. Let's do a final call on that too, so we can go ahead and clear both of these. Those are both on a final call. Pez Band, Laughing in the Dark. Pez Band is a white label promo for $10. Pez Band, white label promo on Passport Records. $10 on that. Holbrook CM is going to take Crow for $5. Big Chief 5 just because it's blue vinyl. Chris Collins is in on Big Chief for $5. We have a $5 bid on that. Since that does have a bid and that's kind of starting over again, we're going to go ahead and sell Black Mountain then. Black Mountain is sold to Rod Bryan for $13. Rod Bryan got that for $13. I'm going to move Big Chief over here. And William Drugovich on Pez. That is sold to William Drugovich. Rebecca Howitt, you were second on that. Let's get another single up for auction. This is The Cars, My Best Friend's Girl, and Moving in Stereo. Probably my favorite Cars song, Moving in Stereo. This is a like picture disc reissue kind of thing. Not sure when it came out. Does it have a year anywhere on here? Nope. Originally 1978, but little picture disc, 45, The Cars. It's going to be a $5 start. $5 start on that. $5 start. Arnold Adams, you were a little bit late on Black Mountain. I've already sold Black Mountain. That just sold for $13. And going to go ahead and sell Big Chief as well. Big Chief is sold to Chris Collins for $5. Chris Collins got Big Chief for $5. Let me see if I don't think I can fit this thing in this sleeve. I don't know what's up with it. But whoever's tagging this is separate from the record, but I'm putting them back to back like that. Whoever's tagging these, and that sold for $5 to Chris Collins. And the Cars is at $7 with Chris Collins. Craig Thomas, you've been outbid. It's at $7 with Chris Collins over on YouTube. And let's do another one of these. Another Johnny Marr. Johnny Marr, this is Easy Money and Use Me Up. Johnny Marr, Easy Money and Use Me Up. Let me see if I can get the record out. There we go. Super clean. $5 start. $5 start on Johnny Marr. The Cars is at $8 with Craig Thomas. Let me mute my mic for 1 second. All right. Johnny Marr is at $7 with Rebecca Howitt. Craig Thomas, you're out. Did I miss any claims or anything? No, Pez was the last one. Let's keep going through the crate. John Stewart Willard. John Stewart Willard. That's a sealed copy from 1970. And the half off price is $12.50. $12.50 on John Stewart. J. Giles Band. J. Giles Band is half off for $12.50. Half off, $12.50 on the J. Giles Band. And we have Bernstein Backgrounds for Brando. That's Marlon Brando. Cool. This is a mono copy from 1958 for $10. Bernstein Backgrounds for Brando. Half off, $10 on that. And then Gonna Shake This Shack Tonight. That is Sid King and the 5 Strings. Sid King is half off for $12.50. $12.50 on that. Let's see where we at on these auctions. Johnny Marr is at $15 with Rebecca Howitt. Rebecca Howitt has Johnny Marr for $15. And the high bid on the Cars is $10 with Chris Collins. And Craig Thomas said he's out. So go ahead and say that is going twice, going 3 times. The Cars picture disc of My Best Friend's Girl and Moving in Stereo. That is at $10 with Chris Collins going twice, going 3 times. And Johnny Marr is at $15 with Rebecca Howitt. Next in the crate, John Emery, Hillbilly Rock and Roll, half off for $7.50. And then Summer Means Fun. Summer Means Fun is half off for $12.50. And then Every Mother's Son is half off for $10. More Than a Miracle, that is the soundtrack for More Than a Miracle, half off for $10. Bluegrass Spectacular featuring the Osborne Brothers and also featuring the Lewis family and Mac Wiseman. Half off is $10 on that. Ramadan, half off $10. Shalala Sisters, I think. Tyrannical Mechs. Shalala was $24.99. Now it's $12.50. It's a 1993 UK import. Turquoise vinyl rockabilly record for $12.50. $12.50 on Shalala Sisters. Johnny Marr is at $18 over on YouTube with Andy, Onry. That's at 18 with Andy. And Rebecca Howitt, you have been outbid. I'm going to go ahead and sell the Cars, though. The Cars is sold to Chris Collins for $10. That's sold to Chris Collins for $10. That is sold to you. And then Johnny Marr. Johnny Marr is at 20 with Rebecca Howitt now. Going once, going twice. Craig Thomas on the Shalala Sisters. I don't know if I said that right, but that's my best guess. Shalala Sisters is sold to Craig Thomas. And then who is in the movie More Than a Miracle? Let's find out. That is Roger Williams. No, I think the music is played by Roger Williams. Hold on. Yeah, who is in this movie? Sophia Loren and Omar Sharif. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Sophia Loren and Omar Sharif on that one. All right, Johnny Marr's at 20, going twice, going 3 times. It's with Rebecca Howett for 20, going twice, going 3 times. And what else do we have here? This is Fluffy. Fluffy Nothing. Part 1 of 2-part set. Part 1 of 2-part set. Yeah, it's got like 2 singles in here, so it is like a EP. I believe 4 tracks. What's it only listed like it's one thing? It's a gatefold. Nothing. Scream. Nothing in Scream. What is going on with this thing? Fluffy. Nothing. It is a $5 start. I know that, but I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this. It's got Nothing, the LP version, and then I'm a Boy. And what's this other disc got on it? Just curious. Scream, Live from CBGB's, and Nothing, the full version. So Fluffy is at $5 with Craig Thomas. That is at $5 with Craig Thomas. And Final Call on Johnny Marr. Final Call on Johnny Marr, that's at 20 with Rebecca Howett. What tracks are on the 38 special? Where was that? That was like way back, right? Isn't that way back here somewhere? Maybe. I hope so. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, towards the back. That has Caught Up in You, Backdoor Stranger, Back on the Track, Chain Lightning, Roughhousing, You Keep Running Away, Breaking Loose, Take 'Em Out, and Fire Starter on 38 special. David Shelton, let me know if you want that. And I think I said Final Call, but let's go ahead and sell Johnny Marr for $20 to Rebecca Howett. That's sold to Rebecca Howett for $20. And then we just sold another Cars. Let's do this one as well. This is definitely more vintage. This is the Cars You Might Think, that has You Might Think and Heartbeat City with the picture sleeve on the Elektra label. That's going to be a $5 start on the Cars. $5 start on the Cars. And Fluffy is at $6 with Travis Wade. Travis Wade has Fluffy for $6. Craig Thomas, you've been outbid, and we're looking for a $5 start on the Cars. Next in the crate is Crazy Horse, Loose. Crazy Horse. This is a German press from 1971. It was $29.99. Now it is $15. $15 on Crazy Horse, German import. It's going to sound great. Let's see, condition on Every Mother's Son. I think that one, I don't think it had any condition notes, so it should be EX or better. EX or better on Every Mother's Son. Where is Every Mother's Son? Every Mother's Son, where were you? Is that way back here too? Every Mother's Son. Man, was it in the other crate? Where's Every Mother's Son? Wait, was that it? Nope. Every Mother's Son. I remember reading that, but I don't remember if that was in this crate or the other one. Every Mother's Son. Where are you? I don't know. Was that in the other crate? Because I am not seeing that in here. Yeah. I don't see that one here. The Cars has a high bid of $7 with Andy Henry. Andy over on YouTube, have you bought from us before? Have you bought from us before? Say yes or no. If you have not, I've got first-time buyer instructions for you in case you do win this record, or if you end up claiming something from us. Where was that Every Mother's Son? Every Mother's Son. I'm looking at this other crate now. Chevrolet Experience. I must be overlooking it or something. I do remember reading that, but I don't see it anywhere. Haven't bought for me. Cool. Towards the front. Did I already go through this or no? Every Mother's Son. Where are... Oh, that one. There it is. Every Mother's Son. I was like, I remember reading it. It's because it probably happened like 5 minutes ago. That has no condition notes. It's $10, $10 on Every Mother's Son on the MGM label. Yeah, it looks like a really nice copy. It looks very nice. Chris Collins, let me know if you do want that. It's $10. It looks very clean. And let's see, the Cars. The Cars is a final call that's at $7 with Andy Henry over on YouTube. And Fluffy is now at $8 with Travis Wade. Oh, Craig Thomas, actually, sorry. Craig Thomas, I just saw your bid on the Cars at $8. Craig Thomas has that for $8. So Andy Henry, you've been outbid. Fluffy is at $8 with Travis Wade, though. Rod Bryan, you've been outbid. Let's keep going through the crate after I sell Every Mother's Son to Chris Collins. Thank you, Chris. That is sold to you. And then we have More Hot Country Requests, Volume 2, half off, gold stamp promo. That is $10. $10 on More Hot Country Requests, Volume 2. And then we have The Zoots, Bad Boys Are Gone. The Zoots is $10. That's a German import from 1998. Then Aladdin's Rock and Roll Sock Hop. Aladdin's Rock and Roll. It was $24.99. Now it's $12.50. $12.50 on that. Fluffy is at $9 with Rod Bryan. Rod Bryan has that for $9. Travis Wade, you've been outbid. And let's do a final call on the Cars. Final call on the Cars. That is at $8 with Craig Thomas. Final call on that. Andy, let me know if you want back in on that. And Skip Batten. Skip Batten is half off for $7.50. I wonder if it's a promo label as well. It's not. It's on the Signpost label. That is $7.50 for Skip Batten. And then we have Liar. Set the World on Fire. Liar is half off for $5. Dave Cousins, Old School Songs. Dave Cousins is EX for $9. EX, $9 on Dave Cousins. Oh yeah, this I forgot to pull this one. Very cool. The Silver Black Attack, performed by the Los Angeles? What am I saying? Raiders. The Raiders. This is from 1986. It's a picture disc. The Raiders. It was $49.99. Now it's $25. $25 on the Silver and Black Attack. Ike and Tina Turner, Something's Got a Hold on Me. That's half off for $12.50. And then Johnny Darrell, California Stopover. That's half off for $10. $10 on Johnny Darrell. All right, I'm going to recap this half off crate. But the Cars is sold to Craig Thomas for $8. That's sold to Craig Thomas for $8. Thank you, Craig. That is sold to you. And Fluffy, what's up with Fluffy? That's at $10. That's at $10 with Travis Wade. Rod Bryan, you've been outbid. Let me know if you want back in on this. That's going once, going twice. It's at $10 with Travis Wade. Any new arrival vintage? Not tonight, George. Nope. No new arrival vintage or anything like that tonight. Just going through some discount crates. Oh yeah, what am I doing? I need to recap this. Let's get another 45 up for auction. Another 45 up for auction. We have the Black Bells, Honky Tonk Horror, and Dead Shoe. Honky Tonk Horror, Horror. And that's on the Third Man Records label. It's going to be a $5 start. $5 start on the Black Bells. $5 start on that. And Fluffy out. Thank you, Rod, for letting me know. Let's go ahead and make Fluffy a final call. Final call on Fluffy. That's at $10 with Travis Wade. And we're looking for a $5 start on the Black Bells. I think someone had the Cars at 10. I don't think so. At least it's not showing up on Restream. Craig, I think you got the Cars as far as I can see right here. Let's see. Craig Thomas, Cars 8, Fluffy 8, sold Fluffy 9, Fluffy 10. No, I don't see any other bids for the Cars there. Don't see any other bids on the Cars on Restream at least. So that is sold to you for $8. Will there be a coin show? I don't know. I haven't heard anything from Chad or anybody about another show tonight. As far as I know, I think this is the only show today. Maybe it was the picture. Yeah, I think the picture disc did sell for $10, Craig. I think that did sell for $10. But let's go ahead and sell Fluffy. Fluffy sold to Travis Wade for $10, and we're looking for a $5 start on the Black Bells. Still got an Ace album. Saga Worlds Apart, Boss Skaggs Hits, Todd Rundgren, the ever popular Tortured Artist Effect, Stevie Wonder, Journey Through the Secret Life of Plants, Tom T. Hall, Natural Dreams, Savoy Brown, that's Jack the Toad, Doc Watson, In Nashville, Good Deal, Christopher Cross, another page, half off. Then we have the Beach Boys, 10 Years of Harmony, Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal. I still can't believe that's there. It's just $7.50. It is VG, but $7.50 for Lou Reed. Let's see. If anybody wants the Black Bells, if anyone wants the Black Bells, let's go ahead and make that a $5 buy it now. $5 buy it now on the Black Bells. And then we'll get 2 new auctions up. If I can get this thing back in the outer sleeve. There we go. Anyone on the Black Bells, $5 buy it now. Gonna set it over here. It's the only no bid 45 tonight. Lou Reed is sold to JK over on YouTube. John Friends, the Boss Skaggs, I believe was $10. Yep. Boss Skaggs, no condition notes, $10 on that. Let me know if you want that. Let's get 2 more auctions up. I think this one was kind of pricey when I looked it up. This is Bags, Disco's Dead. Bags, Disco's Dead. And yeah, this is like a 3-track EP. It is a reissue, or I don't know if it's a reissue, but it came out in 2003. And this is going to be a $5 start. Studio demo from 79, live at the Hong Kong Cafe in LA from 79, and then live in Hollywood from 1978. Bags, Disco's Dead. That's going to be a $5 start on that. And then we also have Stiv Bader's Dead Boys, Last Stand 1980 EP. It's got some inserts and fun stuff. It's on black vinyl as well. That's going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Stiv Bader's Dead Boys. $5 start on that. How's it going, Craig? Craig and Craig. So many Craigs. We have a lot of Craigs around here. Nashville Tiger today. Yeah, today's show actually starts a brand new invoice cycle. So nothing that you claim or buy today will be on your invoice tomorrow. It'll be invoiced the following Monday, like the 21st. So this starts a brand new invoice cycle. Have you come across any more albums for another proto metal show? I've seen some stuff sprinkled around. When did we do a proto metal show, or are you talking about the blues stuff? Are you talking about blues records, Hiram? Because I did do that like proto metal show, or not show, but we had like blues auctions on a metal night. And I think everyone lost their mind, and I titled it the proto metal show. I don't think there would be metal without blues, but if that's what you mean, then I mean, yeah, no, we have a lot of blues records right now for sure. That collection that I picked up earlier this week had some very cool stuff. But proto metal, I mean, there's been some proto metal sprinkled around. You hosted a show last year. I did Psych. I did some like Psych shows and stuff like that, and I definitely had some proto metal records in the Psych show, because I think there's a lot of overlap with like heavy Psych and proto metal. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Beach Boys album title. This one is 10 Years of Harmony. It's like a 2 LP compilation. 10 Years of Harmony. Patrick Fu, let me know if you want that. John Franz said take. So let me get that. Boss Skaggs. Boss Skaggs is sold to John Franz for half off. JK on LR. Did I already grab LR? What was LR? I think I might have already grabbed LR. Yeah, the Lou Reed. I got that. And then Craig Thomas said black. What was black? Did I miss something? Craig Thomas. Black. Craig Thomas, I just saw your comment of black there. Oh. Bags, 10. Dead Boys, 5. I think Dead Boys is at 6. Now it's at 7. Yeah, Craig Thomas has Dead Boys at $7. That's at $7. And then Bags has a high bid of 15 with Craig Thomas. Craig has that for $15. Definitely needs some more psych shows. Yeah, I'm still kind of building stuff up for one. I've got some records set aside. I just haven't done it yet. I need to get them priced and everything, and I need to maybe add a little bit more, and then we'll have a good, solid psychedelic Sunday in the near future. Grand Funk, what's Funk by Grand Funk, that is still available. And then Buddy Miles is still available. Skywalk, Silent Witness. I don't know why I said black. I don't either, Craig. I thought you knew, since you were the one that said it. Let's see. Dead Boys is at 10 with JK. Bags is at 20 with Gabe Vise. Gabe Vise has Bags for 20. That's at $20. Craig Thomas, you have been outbid on Bags and Dead Boys as well. You're out on both auctions, Craig. Hate to tell you, but you're out. And then we have John David Souther, Black Rose. That is still available. In Transit, self-titled. Joey DeFrancisco, All of Me. The Battle of the Bands with the Apollos Live 66 is still available as well. Oh, Black Bells, yeah. Craig, were you wanting to claim the Black Bells 7-inch? Did you want that for $5? That was a $5 buy now. Maybe that's why you said black. Just let me know. Thanks for letting me know you're out on both auctions. Let's go ahead and make both of these auctions a final call. Bags is at 20 with Gabe Vise, and Dead Boys is at 10 with JK. Final call on both auctions. Yeah, Travis Wade, thank you for pointing that out. I don't know why I forgot about that. Craig and I both forgot that was just up like 2 minutes ago. Like, why are we claiming black? It's for the Black Bells right there. That's sold to Craig Thomas for a $5 buy it now. That is sold. And next in the crate, or actually, let's see, Cross info just got on. Scott Reimer. It had no condition notes. It's half off for $5. $5 on Christopher Cross if you want that. Just $5 on that. We show a couple more records and then I'll sell both auctions. Johnny and the Headhunters is still available. This one looked interesting to me. Jeffrey Normal and Magic, Earth Days and Astral Nights. I think that was sealed too. Yep, sealed for $10. And next in the crate, Ravina and the Magnetics, Tennessee and Texas. Bags is sold. Bags is sold to Gabe Vise for $20. Thank you, Gabe. That is sold to you. And then Dead Boys is sold to JK for $10. Those are both sold and sold. Those are both sold. And let's get two more auctions cooking here. We've got, there's still like 3 from him. Put that up. This one looks pretty cool. It also is definitely vintage. I think I kind of know who this guy is. I think he did like some psychedelic stuff, the late 60s, and maybe some production stuff like that. But this is from 1977. This is Mick Farron. Mick Farron, Play with Fire. I think this is like kind of garage / like proto-punk. But it's on the, was that Orc Records? Mick Farron and the New Wave. That's Play with Fire and Lost Johnny. Should probably start it for more than 5 if I was to guess. I didn't look that one up, but I have a feeling that it's worth more than $5. We're going to start it at 5 though. I did mean to mention there is like one little mark right here, but it's not feelable or anything. This thing should play completely fine. Like it's like just a little superficial scuff kind of thing, but that is at $5 with Evan Rychek. Craig Thomas, you were second to get a $5 bid on that. And then we also have Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds, Ballad of the Mighty. And this is also going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Noel Gallagher. And Mick Farron is at 5 with Ivan Rychek. X Pink Fairies. Thank you, George Hedgedakis. I knew that name sounded so familiar. I was like, I know this guy's from something. I think he put out maybe a solo album as well that's pretty expensive, pretty tough to find. At least the UK copies that are really clean. Noel Gallagher's at $5 with Craig Thomas, and Mick Farron is at $6 with Craig Thomas as well. Let's keep going through the crate. What's up, Dwayne? Jan Hammer, the early years. John Hammond solo. George Duke, Faces in Reflection, Shake and Push. That's the Morels. Homer and Jethro, Oh, That's Corny. Leon Thomas, Full Circle. Rooster Crowded for Day. Something about the way that's worded just rubs me the wrong way. But I think this is actually like a blues compilation, like some sessions that Jay Miller did. Yeah, who all's on here? Mr. Calhoun, Silas Hogan, Leroy Washington, Whispering Smith, Jimmy Dotson, Silas Hogan, Clarence Garlow. I don't know. It's EX half off for $9. $9 on that. Mick Farron is at $10 with Ivan Rychek. And Noel Gallagher is going twice, going 3 times. It's at $5 with Craig Thomas. Next in the crate, John Stewart Willard. That was a sealed copy. Jay Giles Band. And then we've got Bernstein Backgrounds for Brando. Some, I guess, just soundtracks that Marlon Brando was in. Or like soundtracks of movies. Or I don't know. I don't know what's up with Brando. I don't know the connection here. Presents some of the really fine music written for films in which Marlon Brando has starred. Okay, so I was right. I guess I was right. Mono copy. Sid King and the 5 Strings Gonna Shake This Shack Tonight. And we have John Emery, Hillbilly, Rock and Roll. Summer Means Fun. Bluegrass Spectacular. That's the Osborne Brothers. Ramatan. More Than a Miracle soundtrack. 38 Special. That's Special Forces. Crazy Horse Loose. That was a German import. More Hot Country Request Volume 2. Let's see, Rod Bryan wants the blues comp with Silas Hogan. No problem. Let me grab that so I'd never have to say that title again. That is sold to Rod Bryan. Thank you, Rod Bryan. That is sold. And Scott Reimer is going to take the Christopher Cross for $5. Let's go ahead and sell both auctions. Mick Farron is sold to Evan Rychek for $10. And Noel Gallagher is sold to Craig Thomas for $5. Those are both sold. And let's get 2 more auctions up. Let's get 2 more of these up here. What do we have? Do that one to mix it up a little bit. And then this one is like a hardcore punk one. Let's go ahead and put that one up first. Some hardcore punk. This is Dia Croyson, something like that. Croyson, yeah. Cows and Beer. Dia Croyson, Cows and Beer. Let's see if it's on colored vinyl or anything. It's on clear vinyl. $5 start for DK. $5 start on that. And then we also have Blondie Fun. This is from 2017. It is still sealed. It's one of those where you have to like break the tape or the sticker on there. Not going to open it. I don't know if it's on colored vinyl or not. Might be just regular black vinyl, but that is Fun and My Monster. That's going to be a $5 start as well. And Dia Croyson is at $10 with Rebecca Howitt. Rebecca Howitt has that for $10. We're looking for a $5 start on Blondie. Let me mute my mic for 1 second. All right, just a few more records in this crate. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Nope. All right, Blondie is at $5 with David Shelton. David Shelton has Blondie for $5. And let me see. Yeah, Craig, this definitely feels like a modern pressing. I'm not seeing a year on the label or the insert. I would assume, yeah, if this was OG, it just has the look. But this is on clear vinyl. Yeah, this is definitely not from 1982. Definitely not from 1982. It's on clear vinyl. Let me see. I'll just scan this barcode real quick. 2014. Yep, 2014 clear vinyl. and that has a high bid of 22 with Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant has that for 22 bucks. And Rebecca Howlett, you are out. Blondie's going twice, going 3 times. That's at $5 with David Shelton. David Shelton has it for $5. Let me show the last few records in this crate. We've got The Zoots, Bad Days Are Gone. Aladdin's Rock and Roll Sock Hop. Skip Batten. Skip Batten is still available. Liar, Set the World on Fire. Dave Cousins, Old School Songs. The Raiders picture disc is still available. Shaped picture disc there. And then Ike and Tina Turner, Something's Got a Hold on Me. And Johnny Darrell, California Stopover is still available as well. And Rebecca's out on Die Kreuzen. Let's do a final call on both auctions. Final call on both auctions. Die Kreuzen is at 22 with Chris Bryant, final call, and Blondie is at 5 with David Shelton. That is also a final call. Final call on both auctions. If anyone needs anything out of this crate, just let me know. Let me know. And what am I going to do next? I don't know. I didn't think this far ahead. What time is it? Anyways, what is it? 6:43. It's only 6:43. Not as young. Let's see. Don Cav just bid 6 on Blondie. How much is the Sock Hop? Sock Hop. Was it that Aladdin compilation? Where is that? Yeah, Sock Hop. That was $12.50. $12.50. Arnold Adams, if you want that, that is $12.50. $12.50 on that. Let's see what's in this crate, because I feel like I see some interesting stuff here in this crate of new vinyl. I think Chad went nuts the other night and just sold a bunch of new vinyl on sale or something. So I don't know what he's shown. He probably showed everything the other night. I have no idea. Yeah, only 5 hours left. Just 5 hours left. That's it. Let's see. Who was bidding? Was it David Shelton? David Shelton, let me know if you want back in on Blondie. That's at $6 with Don Cav over on YouTube. And I do need to go ahead and sell Die Kreuzen to Chris Bryant. And Chris Bryant got that for 22 bucks. Chris Bryant got that for $22. Let me get this thing put back together. Thank you. That is sold to you for 22 bucks. And Arnold Adams is sold on Sock Hop. That is sold for half off. And let me move Blondie over. Let's go ahead and make that a final call. Final call on Blondie at $6 with Don Cav. Final call on that. David, thank you for letting me know that you're out on that. Final call on Blondie. Let me show whatever's in here. New vinyl stuff. Pink Floyd, A Momentary Lapse of Reason. That is a new sealed remaster for $33.99. And then Styx, Paradise Theater is new and sealed for $38.99. Echo and the Bunnymen, B-Sides and Live. Record Store Day from 2022, new and sealed for $38.99. Does this sound like colored vinyl or anything? No? Clear vinyl, okay. Echo and the Bunnymen, new and sealed for $38.99 on clear vinyl. And then the Gladiator soundtrack, music by Hans Zimmer and Lisa Gerard. That is new and sealed for $39.99. We have a few copies of that. And let's go ahead and sell Blondie. Blondie is sold to Don Cav for $6. Don Cav got that for $6. And let's get 2 more auctions up. Let's see what we've got. We've got the Doors. Disquire Day, something like that. Disquire Day. It's got Roadhouse Blues Live and A Feast of Friends. That's a Record Store Day release from, I don't know what year, 2015 maybe? Is there a year on this thing? I don't see it. But Record Store Day, it's on white vinyl. Record Store Day release of The Doors, 7-inch single on white vinyl. It's a $5 start. $5 start on The Doors. And Johnny Marr. Johnny Marr, I Feel You. That's on black vinyl. And Johnny Marr is a $5 star that's got I Feel You and Please, Please, Please Let Me Get What I Want Live. Johnny Marr is a $5 start. The Doors is at 7 with Robert Warner. Craig Thomas, you're out on that. But you do have Johnny Marr for 5. Kelly Cook, you were second to bid 7 on the Doors. And let's keep going. Doors is at 8 with Craig Thomas. Deftones, Around the Fur. That's new and sealed for $33.99 on Deftones. And then The Offspring, Greatest Hits, new and sealed $34.99. Alison Krauss and Union Station, Arcadia, new and sealed for $33.99. Van Halen, Live in Dallas, 1991. And that's the Legendary Free Show from the For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge Tour, the FECK Tour. And 2 LP set, $39.99 on Van Halen. Got 2 copies of that left. The Doors high bid is at 12 with Robert Warner. Johnny Marr is at $9 with Craig Thomas. Rebecca Howlett, you are out on Johnny Marr. And then we have Brittany Fox, Music on Vinyl. White vinyl, limited to 750 copies. Looks like we've got quite a few of those available still. Edward Tanagi, The Doors. This is Discwire Day. This is a Record Store Day exclusive on white vinyl. It's got Roadhouse Blues Live and then A Feast of Friends. And the high bid on that is 15 with Kelly Cook. Kelly Cook has The Doors for 15. Craig Thomas, let me know if you want back in on that. And Craig Thomas has the high bid on Johnny Marr for $12. Next in the crate is Neil Young, Oceanside Countryside. That is new and sealed analog originals on clear vinyl. $33.99 on Neil Young. And then White Zombie, Astro Creep 2000. That's a music on vinyl release for $38.99. Oh, thank you, Craig. I missed that comment there. Who else was bidding on it? Robert Warner also is out. Okay, let's go ahead and make the Doors a final call. Final call on the Doors. It is at 15 with Kelly Cook. And Rebecca Howlett is at 13 on Johnny Marr. Craig Thomas, you've been outbid on that. Next in the crate is The Truth and the Light, music from the X-Files. That's a new and sealed copy on glow-in-the-dark vinyl. $29.99, $29.99 on the music from the X-Files. The 13th Floor Elevators, Bull of the Woods. That is new and sealed. It's a half-speed cut by AIR mastering from the original album master tapes. I don't know what air mastering is, but it's a new sealed, like half-speed master kind of thing is what it sounds like to me. 13th Floor Elevators, Bull of the Woods, $34.99. $34.99 on that. Then Alice in Chains, Freak Show. That's the California broadcast from 1990 and 1992. New and sealed for $39.99. Johnny Marr's at 14. Now it's at 15. And The Doors is sold to Kelly Cook for $15. That's sold to Kelly Cook for $15. And Johnny Marr is still getting bids. That's at 15 with Rebecca Howlett. And now Craig Thomas is out. Let's go ahead and just make that a final call. Gonna recap. Well, no, there's one record left in here. Queen, News of the World. That's a vintage copy. I don't know why it's in a crate of new vinyl. No condition notes on it. $34.99. $34.99. Whoop. Trying not to hit that. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to that camera being right there. The like the little post or whatever that it's attached to is just too easy to hit. This is a really nice copy. $34.99 on Queen, News of the World. $34.99 on that. Gonna put it in a different crate. I don't know how that ended up in the new vinyl. If anyone wants anything out of there, just let me know. If anybody wants anything out of that crate of new vinyl, let me know. I'm gonna move this crate out of the way. What am I gonna put up next? There's so much stuff over here. Just a lot of stuff. What is this? More 45s. This stuff. stuff everywhere. Let's do a buy now best offer crate of some of the like sealed stuff from that record store that Laura's been pricing. Let's get this up here. It's gonna be buy it now or best offer. Buy it now, best offer on this crate. Johnny Marr is sold to Rebecca Howitt for $15. Thank you, Rebecca. That's sold to you for $15. Gonna get 2 more auctions up. We've gone through quite a few of these 45s. I kind of told myself that I would do the show until we've sold all of these 45s. These are 2 of the best. I'm just gonna put these up because I thought they were probably the coolest ones, or at least kind of up there. I don't know. These are pretty sweet. Don't see these too often. This is Sonic Youth, Gumball, Laughing Hyenas, and these Immortal Souls. And this is like a Alice Cooper tribute kind of thing. Let's see, like these Immortal Souls are doing Looney Tune, Gumball's doing Under My Wheel, Sonic Youth is doing Is It My Body, and then Laughing Hyenas did Public Animal number 9. It's a 2 LP little thing from Sub Pop from 1991. Little EP kind of thing. Tribute to Alice Cooper. $5 start on that. Pretty sweet. $5 start on that one. And then also going up, this is a 1992 blue vinyl of the Germs, and it has Communist Eyes and Forming and What We Do Is Secret. 1992 blue vinyl, and that is a $5 start. $5 start on the Germs. Pretty sweet. $5 start on that. Sonic Youth has a $5 bid with Craig Thomas. That's only at $5 with Craig Thomas. The Germs is at 7. Now it's at 10. JK has the Germs for $10. I don't mean that as an insult. It's got the Germs. But next is, this is a buy now best offer crate. 3 Finger Betty. Looks like a They Live tribute kind of a cover here. Sealed on red vinyl, $14.99. 3 Finger Betty. Gabe Vise wants the Raiders from earlier. Gabe Vise, are you up to date on the speed, or are you lagging back a little bit? But the Raiders is sold for half price to Gabe Vise. Thank you, Gabe. That is sold to you for half off. And let's see, LFA Germs Burn. LF Germs Burn. Germs is at 15 with Craig Thomas. And does Sonic Youth just have the 1 bid? I thought that would be one of the most hotly contested 45s of the night. It's at $5 with Craig Thomas. And that's going twice, going 3 times. Going twice, going 3 times. 3 Finger Betty is sold to Rebecca Howitt. Thank you, Rebecca. That is sold to you. Next in the crate is Justin Bieber Justice. And that is sealed for $29.99. Sealed for $29.99 on Justin Bieber. Luke Bell is sealed from 2022 for $24.99. Luke Bell, $24.99. Widespread Panic live from Austin, Texas. That's sealed for $29.99. Eddie Vedder Ukulele Songs is sealed for $24.99. Velvet Revolver Contraband Music on Vinyl unopened copy for $39.99. $39.99. Sonic Youth is at $9 with Craig Thomas. Don Cav, you are out. You're out on that. Let's see, the Germs. High bid on the Germs that I'm seeing here is $20 with JK. JK has that for $20. Michael McCullen on Eddie Vedder. That is sold to Michael McCullen. Eddie Vedder sold to Michael McCullen. JK, we just sold one for full price, so that would have to be full price, which was $24.99. $24.99 on that, and I've only got 1 copy left. $24.99 on that. Let me know if you want that. This is the last one that I have. Where are we at here? Sonic Youth is at 10 with Don Cav. Yeah, I think we need to just go ahead and make the Germs a final call. It got up to 20 pretty quick, and then people started saying out. So the Germs is at 20 with JK. Final call on that. And Sonic Youth is now at 12 with Craig Thomas. Wilco, Ode to Joy, sealed on pink vinyl. And that's $24.99. Kurt Vile, Childish Prodigy. Fantastic album. I love this one. One of my favorites of his. It's on blue vinyl, and it has a purple 7-inch. Sealed. $24.99 on Kurt Vile. What's that one song on, like Blackberry Song maybe? Yeah, Blackberry Song on here is great, but I like that record a lot. $24.99 on Kurt Vile. And then Spangle, Nothing Lasts. Some cool electronic stuff here. Nothing Lasts, but Nothing Is Lost. That's a 2022 remaster, sealed for $39.99. $39.99 on Spangle. These are the types of EPs I wish were more numerous. Yeah, no, you don't really, I don't know, at least I don't come across this kind of stuff too often. I think that one's really cool. Germs is sold to JK for $20, right? Let's see, JK got that for 20. That is sold to JK for $20. And Sonic Youth is at 15 with Craig Thomas. Craig Thomas has that for $15. Don Cav, you are out. Germs sold. Let's see. Germs is sold for 20. Rod Bryan offered 20 on Kurt Vile. Kurt Vile is sold to Rod Bryan for $20. Enjoy that one. It's a good record. Anything else? Let's keep going. The Who, It's Hard. That's an Abbey Road Studios half-speed master. It was a record store day release on orange and yellow vinyl, half-speed master, $29.99 on that. Final call on Sonic Youth. Don Cav said out. Thank you for letting me know. Final call on Sonic Youth. It's at 15 with Craig Thomas. Craig Thomas has that for 15. Final call. The Kinks, Percy. The Kinks, Percy is a sealed 2021 record store day picture disc for $19.99 on the Kinks. A Sobo, something like that. Cassiopeia, third. Oh yeah, Cassiopeia. This is like a Japanese like jazz fusion band. These guys are awesome. This is unopened for $54.99. Did they get back together? Because I thought they were together in like the 70s or 80s or something like that. But it's a really cool. It's a really cool band there. Cassiopeia is $54.99. Let's see. Brian Call on the Kinks. Kinks is sold to Brian Call. And Sonic Youth is sold to Craig Thomas. Craig Thomas on Sonic Youth. Man, I love Sonic Youth. That's sold to Craig Thomas for $15. Are these coming from the... I don't think so. I'm not entirely sure where these came from, but I think... These actually came from a collection that I got up in Pennsylvania last year. there was like a little BCW box sitting on a shelf in the back that I saw, and I think the first one or the one in front was like Blondie, and I was like, well, it's that could be a good sign. And then I started going through, and I was like, oh man, there's some really awesome stuff. But it definitely, like, a lot of this stuff is pretty similar to a lot of the stuff that came from the New Orleans batch as well. But this is Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. Lock All the Doors. Lock All the Doors. That's going to be a $5 start on Noel Gallagher. And then Peter Murphy. Peter Murphy on silver vinyl. That is Hang Up, the dub mix, and then I'm on Your Side. And yeah, that's on silver vinyl. Peter Murphy is going to be a $5 start as well. Got stuff. Yeah, man, there's stuff in every little nook and cranny in the back. We don't really even know what we have. We just kind of, you can look anywhere and be like, oh, look at that. That's cool. Let's sell it. Peter Murphy's at $5 with Craig Thomas. Cassiopeia, we've got 2 copies of that. Like some Japanese jazz fusion. Great band there. Corinne Bailey Ray, The Sea, that's a record store day release. Sealed on blue vinyl. It's from 2022, $19.99 on Corinne Bailey Rae. Then Ty Segall Harmonizer. Cool. I love Ty Segall. That is sealed for just $19.99. And this is a buy it now best offer. Great. Anything left over from the tech? I don't know. I would like to say no. But I mean, I also didn't think we had any of this stuff left from this collection either. So probably. I don't know, man. It could be. There could be some left from Texas. Let's see. Casablanca has been together since '76. Small hiatus, 2006 to 2012. Sweet. That's good to know. Thank you, Pete. Thank you for being my sleuth for the night. Ty Segall is sold to Colin Butler. Thank you, Colin. That sold you. Craig Thomas has both auctions at $5, and both of those are going twice, going 3 times. Next in the crate, there's another Ty Segall. How many more do we have? That's the last one. Colin Butler paid full price. So Thomas Reed, if you want that, that will be sticker price at $19.99. Let me know. Ty Segall, awesome musician. He's fun live too. What is it, April right now? I saw him a year ago at the Brooklyn Bowl, and it was fantastic. It's very loud. Jelly Roll Kings off yonder wall. Jelly Roll Kings is sealed for $14.99. Got 2 of those. And then we have Junior Wells. You're Tough Enough. Junior Wells is sealed for $19.99. That's a reissue, of course. I'll take Ty. Cool. Sell Ty Segall to Thomas Reed for sticker price as well. Final call on both auctions. I might have already said that, but I'll be quick about it. Those are both at $5 with Craig Thomas. Next in the crate, Arctic Monkeys, sealed for $24.99. This one's called Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. And that is $24.99 on Arctic Monkeys. Santana Welcome is unopened for $24.99. And then Jimmy Buffett, Equal Strain on all parts. It's on blue vinyl, sealed for $34.99. $34.99 on Jimmy Buffett. Sell both of these to Craig Thomas for $5. It's Noel Gallagher, Lock All the Doors, and Peter Murphy, Hang Up. Those are both sold to Craig Thomas for $5 each. Sold to Craig Thomas for $5 each. And yeah, that Arctic Monkeys record, very good. Got 2 copies left. Let's see. Got another one of those from that guy. What else do we have over here? What else do we... Oh, yeah. Another one of these from these guys, too. But here's another Noel Gallagher. Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. This is Riverman. That's Riverman and Leave My Guitar Alone. Riverman and Leave My Guitar Alone. That's a $5 start on that. And then we have Bags Survive. Bags Survive, another one from Bags. This is definitely a reissue as well, just like the other one. Or I don't know if it's a reissue, but it looks like this originally maybe came out in '78. This is going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Bags. That is Survive. And what was the other one? Babylonian Gorgon. Survive and Babylonian Gorgon. Bags 5 and 5 there. Any more goops? No, I think that one that you got with the comic book was the only goops that I got. Only goops that I have. As far as I know, anyways. I think, man, there are more over here. I didn't want to say that out loud because I figured Chad might want some of these to show tomorrow night or something. But yeah, I don't see any more goops in this box. There's still a lot of cool stuff in here. It's like a long 45 box, and yeah, there's some good stuff. Let's see, Bags is at $5 with Craig Thomas, and Noel Gallagher is also at $5 with Craig Thomas. Now Robert Warner is at $7 on Bags. Yeah, the tape gun's going. Brian is here, and he is busy. Let's keep going in this crate. Another Jimmy Buffett, another Jimmy Buffett. There's Rush, A Farewell to Kings. That's an audiophile press, unopened, $34.99. And Laura put a note on here, Chad Hearts Rush with 4 hearts, unopened, $34.99 on Rush. Next is Band of Horses, Things Are Great. That is on translucent rust vinyl, sealed for $19.99. $19.99 on Band of Horses. Let's quickly go through that crate one more time. Quickly. Bags is at 13 with Gabe Vise. Gabe Vise on YouTube has that for $13. Robert Warner and Craig Thomas, you guys are both out. Final call on Noel Gallagher. Noel Gallagher is at 5 with Craig Thomas, and that is a final call. Got Eddie Vedder ukulele song still available. Justin Bieber Justice still available. And then we have Luke Bell. Luke Bell is still available. Widespread Panic live from Austin, Texas. Oddly still available. Velvet Revolver Contraband oddly still available. Wilco Ode to Joy. Spangle. Spangle Nothing Less but Nothing Something. Nothing is Lost. Yeah, that's what it's called. Then The Who, It's Hard. Asobo, Cassiopeia Third, Corinne Bailey Ray, Jelly Roll Kings, Junior Wells, Arctic Monkeys, whatever people say that's what I'm not, Santana Welcome, Jimmy Buffet, and Rush Farewell to Kings, Band of Horses. Joe Ives, I believe, Justin Bieber, the Biebs was $29.99 sealed for $29.99 on that. How's it going, Josh? Let's go ahead and sell Noel Gallagher. Noel Gallagher sold to Craig Thomas for $5, and Bags has a high bid of $16 with Craig Thomas. It's at $16 with Craig Thomas. Robert Warner, you are out, and Gabe Vise, you are also out. Gonna go ahead and move this crate. Actually, Ben Dygert on The Who. The Who is sold to Ben Dygert. Where was that? There it is. The Who is sold to Ben Dygert for sticker price. Thank you, Ben. That is sold to you. And if anybody wants anything else out of that crate, just let me know. Just let me know what's in here. I bet because it's right by the little station over here, he probably just went through that. But how is this still here? Here's just one record I'm going to show for Buy Now Best Offer. I mean, it is a reissue, but it's White Light, White Heat. The Velvet Underground on purple vinyl, sealed for $29.99. Buy Now Best Offer. That's essential. Joe Ives on the Biebs. Biebs is sold to Joe Ives. That is sold to Joe Ives. Thank you, Joe. That's sold to you. Got one copy of that left if anybody else wants it. And which crate do I want to grab? What's over here? What is over here? What's up with this one? February, huh? What in the world? How's that still available? All right. We're going to show this crate, Buy Now Best Offer. Because I saw one record in here, and then I was like, how did nobody buy this? This is going to be a Buy Now Best Offer crate. WLWH. White Light, White Heat. That's sold to Aaron Below. Thank you, Aaron. That is sold to you. That's sold to Aaron Below. Bags is at $25. Bags just got a bid for $25 with Gabe Vise. Craig Thomas, you have been outbid. Let's put up our next 45. The next 45 going up for auction. Cool. Uncle Acid. This is Uncle Acid Pusher Man. And this is on purple vinyl. Pusher Man and Remember Tomorrow. Pusher Man and Remember Tomorrow. This is going to be a $5 start. Probably goes for more than that. But Uncle Acid's a $5 start. Bags out. Thank you for letting me know, Craig. Final call on Bags. That's at $25 with Gabe Vise. Final call on that. Let's do a buy it now or best offer crate. So you can buy it at sticker. You can make an offer. Let's see what is in here. We've got some metal looking stuff. What is this? Ontological Mysterium. That is horrendous. Horrendous Ontological Mysterium. It's $34.99. $34.99 on that. And we have multiple copies of Horrendous. We've got, what, like 5 copies? Buy now, best offer on those. Uncle Acid is at $6 with Robert Warner. Now it's at $8 with Craig Thomas. Let's go ahead and sell Bags. Bags is sold to Gabe Vyas for $25. That's sold to Gabe Vyas for $25. It's sold for $25. Horrendous 30. Yes, please buy all of them, Rebecca. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 of them. You want 5? Is anyone else, are there 5 more people, or actually 4 more people out here that might want that one? One of them is sold to Rebecca Howitt for $30. That is sold for $30. And then Uncle Acid is at $8 with Craig Thomas. Robert Warner said he's out. That's going twice, going 3 times. Let's get another single up for auction. This is Blondie, Rapture. Blondie, that's Rapture, and Walk Like Me with the picture sleeve on Chrysalis. Looks nice, just needs a little bit of a clean, but that's going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Blondie, $5 start on that. Next is Megadeth. Peace sells, but who's buying? That's a sealed copy for $34.99. We've got 3 of those, $34.99 on Megadeth. Peace sells, but who's buying? It's definitely a metal crate. This is Ghost Phantomime on tan vinyl. That's sealed for $27.99. Ghost, $27.99. Riot, Restless Breed. That is a sealed copy on orange vinyl for $24.99. $24.99 on Riot. And Blondie is at $5 with Craig Thomas. Craig Thomas was first to get a $5 bid on Blondie. Final call on Uncle Acid on purple vinyl. Uncle Acid is a final call with Craig Thomas for $8. That's at $8 with Craig Thomas. Final call. This is a buy it now best offer crate. Yep. Feel free to make offers on everything in this crate. This is Ripped something. Ripped to Shreds. And it's called, I don't know, but it's on red vinyl from Relapse. Ripped to Shreds, $24.99. Red vinyl, $24.99. Next in the crate is a thick one. This is Tiktalika, Charlie Griffiths, 2 LPs and CD. Man, see, this is when I start feeling like Chad. This is a 2022 prog metal record, sealed for $34.99. I don't think this is Roger Dean, but they're really trying to mimic his style for sure on that cover. But that is sealed for $34.99. $34.99. Classy Lonnie Metal. Yeah, the Horrendous one I'm gonna sell for $30. I already sold one to Rebecca Howitt for $30. Sold that to Rebecca Howitt for $30 already. So yeah, I'm down to just 3. We're chipping away at them. Sold 2 of them for $30. Just need to sell 3 more. Megadeth, $30. Yeah, let's sell Megadeth for $30. Megadeth is sold for $30 to Ben Digert. Ghost I'll do for $22. Yeah, $22 is fair. Rod Bryan got Ghost for $22. MT Matt, $20 on Riot. Riot is sold for $20 to MT Matt. Ripped 20. Let's see, Rebecca. I'll sell that to Rebecca Howitt for $20. Joe Ives, I'll do 22 on Ghost. I think that's what I sold that one to Rod Bryan for. I'll sell it for $22 on that. And Doctor's Ebo said he bid 10 on Uncle Acid. For some reason that did not pop up on Restream, but Doctor's Ebo is at $10 on Uncle Acid. Sorry, Craig. For whatever reason, it didn't pop up. I was about to sell it, but I just saw Doctor's Ebo comment that they bid 10 on Uncle Acid. So that is at $10 with Doctor's Ebo. Blondie. Let's see. Blondie is at 6 with David Shelton. That's at 6 with David Shelton. Final call on that. Final call. Joe Ives said he will do 22 on Ghost. That's sold to Joe Ives for $22. Kind of a surprise. Sorry, Craig. Let's see. Kind of a surprise metal crate here. Surprise metal buy it now best offer crate on a Sunday. Why not? I need to sell these last 2 copies of Megadeth. Peace sells, but who's buying? I've got 2 more, and I sold one for 30 to Ben Dygert. I've got 2 more to sell. Blondie is sold. Blondie is sold for $6 to David Shelton, I believe. Yep. David Shelton got Blondie for $6. That's sold for $6. And let me show just a few more records, and then I'm going to sell Uncle Acid. Justin Bieber and Ghost, yeah. Little bit of a juxtaposition there. This is Liturgy. Liturgy 93696. I wonder if that's their zip code or something. Sealed $39.99 for Liturgy. Sealed $39.99. Effed up Year of the Ox. This is sealed on half blue, half green vinyl. Just $16.99 on that. $16.99. Buy now, best hour. Here's another Ghost record. This one is Prequel on clear smoke vinyl. $36.99. It's also got a 7-inch with it. That is sealed for $36.99. And Uncle Acid is sold to Doctors Ebo for $10. That's sold to Doctors Ebo for $10. Thank you, Doctors Ebo. That is sold to you. And let's see. Yeah, I'll do $12 on that. That is sold to Craig Thomas for $12. If anyone wants the other copy, I will sell it to you for $12 as well. Yeah, hit that like button if you're still watching. Hit the like button. It helps us a lot. Thank you very much, Susie, for the reminder. Let's see what we've got over here. It's like Inger Lore or Inger Laurie and Motel Shootout. And this is on black vinyl. It's going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Inger Laurie. And then we have Adam and the Ants, Prince Charming. It's got a little bit of a tear on the front there. This looks like a import. Let's see. Yeah, UK import on Adam and the Ants. It's Prince Charming and Christian Dior, I believe. Yeah. $5 start on Adam and the Ants as well. And looks like Rebecca Howitt. Rebecca Howitt was next on Eft. And then Colin Butler was next. And then Classy, Lonnie Metal was after that. Ben Dygert offered $35 on Ghost. Yeah. Ghost is sold to Ben Dygert for $35. Thank you, Ben. That is sold to you. And let's see, Susie, there's nothing to apologize about there. That's a cute little creature there. Let's see. I miss anything else? Nope. All right, let's keep going. Motorpsycho, Kingdom of Oblivion. That's a VG Plus copy. It's a 2021 European import, $29.99. I think these guys are like prog and metal, or just maybe prog now, maybe some psych, something like that. I don't know, but that's Motorpsycho, Kingdom of Oblivion, VG Plus, $29.99. Looking for $5 starts on both auctions. Inger Laurie and Motel Shootout, looking for a $5 start on that. And then Adam and the Ants, also looking for a $5 start on that. Next in the crate, Exodus, Persona non grata, I think. Yeah, Persona non grata. It's $49.99. It's the blue with black and white splatter edition. Only 600 copies of these. And that is $49.99. Weird. It looks way more blue, like a darker blue or something on the camera, but in person it looks almost more like a sea green kind of, but that's $49.99 on Exodus. Again, buy it now. Best offer on everything in here. John Baldry, It Ain't Easy. That's an EX copy for $19.99. And then, yeah, this was the one that I saw in the crate, and I was like, how did this not sell? So I just grabbed the whole crate. But this is Armageddon. This is a great album. It's a VG Plus copy, $34.99. This is like, I mean, Harmaponte, you were asking for proto metal. Here it is, $34.99 on Armageddon. It says, who's on here? Bobby Caldwell, Luis Sanamo, And then, man, they've got, yeah, Bobby Caldwell was in Captain Beyond. Who else? Dude from Steamhammer, I think, was in this band too. This is killer. Yeah, Keith Relf is the singer from the Yardbirds, and then Martin Pugh is on here. Armageddon, man, that album is fantastic. Killer album. He claimed one the other night. Yeah, I think I priced out a like really nice copy. I don't know, whenever it was, like Friday or Saturday, maybe. Hiram. It's a great album. Armageddon, kind of a sleeper. Killer record. What's that one track that? I mean the opener, Buzzard. I think is it the? It's like an instrumental. I think. Might be wrong about that, but man, just good, really good. Empty Mat will do 40 on Exodus. $40 on that. $40 on that would be my best price right now. $40 on that. Adam and the Ants is at 5 with John Franz. And Inger, Lori, and Motel Shootout. That's a $5 buy it now. $5 buy it now on that. Hiram, you will, you'll definitely enjoy that for sure. That's a really good record. Someone needs to just like make an offer on it or something. Five. Adam and the Ants is at 5. I'm just gonna go ahead and make that a final call. It's been up for a while, and just got a bid. Let's see what else we've got. Killer Kowalski. This is First Date. Killer Kowalski, First Date. This is on black vinyl. It's gonna be a $5 start. $5 start on that. That was easy. Exodus is sold to MT Mat. MT Mat got that for $5. MT Mat got that for $40. Looking for a $5 start on Killer Kowalski. And let's go ahead and just sell Adam and the Ants to John Franz for $5. Thank you, John. That is sold to you for $5. Looking for a $5 start on that right there. And let's get another one of these records up for auction. How about Cruzado's Motorcycle Girl? Cruzado's Motorcycle Girl and 1,000 Miles. Cruzado's is on the Arista label. $5 start on that with the picture sleeve. Let's see. Next, in the crate, Killer Kowalski does have a $5 bid. Smokestack Lightning Off the Wall. It's a VG copy, $19.99, and then the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, It'll Shine When It Shines. It's VG Plus, $14.99. Sutherland Brothers and Quiver. This is Sailing. No condition notes, $19.99 on that. The Chicago Conspiracy Trial. That's awesome. This is $14.99. $14.99 on that. And then the Rolling Stones in concert. That is Get Your Yayas Out. No condition notes on that. $34.99. Again, everything in here. Buy it now. Best offer. Lighthouse. Can you feel it? Lighthouse is $9.99. Don't see that one too often. Climax Blues Band. Sample and Hold. Climax Blues Band is $19.99. And Charlie Musselwhite. This is Times Getting Tougher Than Tough. Charlie Musselwhite is EX $27.99. EX $27.99. Colin 25. Oh, might have to do a $2 bump to you, Colin. $2 bump, $27 on it. $27 on Armageddon, and I'll sell it to you. Final call on Killer Kowalski. That's at $5 with Classy Lonnie Metal. And Cruzado's is at 5 with John Franz. That's a final call as well. Final call on both auctions. Colin Butler said okay. I said $2 bump, right? That's sold to Colin Butler for $27. Thank you, Colin. That's sold to you for $27. And then Classy Lonnie Metal offered 8 on Lighthouse, but Brian Call offered to get it at full price. So Classy Lonnie Metal, since you were first, you could get it at sticker. But Brian Call offered sticker on that. That's why it would be sticker price. If you don't want it, then it is sold to Brian Call for sticker price. Let's see. Next in the crate, Delbert McClinton. That is Genuine Cowhide. Delbert McClinton is EX for $16.99. Then Jimmy McGriff and Junior Parker. It is a VG copy. It's $9.99. And then the Lamont Cranston Band. LC Notes. Lamont Cranston Band is VG Plus $9.99. This is Scufflin with Stu Ramsey and Chicago Slim. It's an EX copy, $17.99. Brian can have it, no problem. Brian Call. You got Lighthouse for sticker price. That is sold to Brian Call. Killer Kowalski is sold for $5 to John. Classy Lining Metal. Classy Lining Metal got Killer Kowalski. That is sold to you. And then Cruzados is sold to John Franz for $5 as well. Let's see. Colin Butler on Junior. That was Junior Parker. Junior Parker is sold to Colin Butler. Thank you, Colin Butler. That is sold to you. Let's see. Any Hollies? I haven't seen any Hollies tonight. We do put those out, probably not every night, but I would say at least once or twice a week or so. We probably have some Hollies records up, but I would not be able to locate them right now. Any new metal? I don't know. Obviously, there wasn't really any in that crate, but I don't know. Sometimes we have I don't know, does Slipknot count? That's lemon vinyl, sealed for $28.99. Slipknot new metal? I think they probably are, right? It's new metal enough. Maybe even pretty prototypical new metal. I always think of Korn. I don't know why Korn. I was just thinking of them. I'm think of new metal. You missed one last night. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is only 45 that no one has bid on or tried to claim or anything. Anyone wants that $5 buy now? Inger Lore, like that. All right, got 2 singles left for tonight. After these are done, going to be done for the night. This is the Standells, Poor Boys and Born in a Rebel. This is a Sundazed reissue on gray vinyl. Looks like it's actually 4 tracks. It's Sometimes Good Guys, Don't Wear White, Riot on Sunset Strip, I Hate to Leave You, and Why Pick on Me, like a 4-track EP here. This is going to be a $5 start on the Standells. And let's see. Man, yeah, I don't, if I have any new metal over here, I don't know where it is. I hate to say that, but nothing is really organized very well up here. But this is the Fluid, Tin Top Toy, and Tomorrow. And this is on orange vinyl from Sub Pop, 1989. The Fluid. It's going to be a $5 start. $5 start on the Fluid. And let's see. Let's get right back into this crate. Sometimes Good Guys Don't Wear White. That's right. That is true, Toby. That's a $5 start if anyone wants to get in on the Standells. And then Charlie Musselwhite, Going Back Down South. It's a VG Plus copy. It's an early US reissue, $24.99 on that. The Manish Boys, Satellite Rock, that's in shrink for $9.99. And then this is Pete Townsend, The Iron Man. It's the musical by Pete Townsend, EX condition with the book, $17.99 on that. Black Orpheus, that is the soundtrack for the movie Black Orpheus, and that is a VG copy, $9.99. This is Bobby Darin, 18 Yellow Roses and 11 Other Hits. No condition notes on that, $14.99. Santana, Z-Bop, that is $19.99. It's got a bunch of inserts and stuff with it, $19.99 on Santana. KGB, that's Mike Bloomfield, Barry Goldberg, Carmen Appice, Rick Gretsch, and Ray Kennedy. Sealed, that's a sealed copy for $24.99. Fluid is at $5 with Rod Bryan, and we are looking for a $5 start on the Standells. Looking for a $5 start on that. And then the Fabulous Thunderbirds, What's the Word? That's $19.99. Iron City House Rockers, Have a Good Time, but Get Out Alive. Looks like that is signed by a couple people there, $19.99 on that. Gordon Lightfoot, Shadows, $19.99 on Gordon Lightfoot. Little Feat, it's Little Feat, Waiting for Columbus Live, double LP, $29.99 on Little Feat. Willie Nelson, that's Shotgun Willie, VG Plus, $34.99. Alan Parsons Project, iRobot, that's EX for $14.99. And then Billy Joel, Turnstiles, no condition notes on that, $14.99. $14.99 on that. Final call on the fluid. That's at 5 with Rod Bryan. And if anybody wants the Standells, that is a $5 buy it now. $5 buy it now on the Standells if anybody wants that. Gray Vinyl Sundays reissue and the fluid. Don't have much longer to outbid Rod Bryan on this one. By the time I get this in the sleeve, I'm just going to say sold. So if you want to get in on it, now's the time. Now is the time. If I can get this dang thing in the sleeve. It's getting there slowly. There we go. That sleeve bought you guys a lot of time, but that is sold to Rod Bryan for $5. Rod Bryan got that for $5. Let me recap this crate very quickly. Let's see. Mark Rendon offered 15 on Pete Townsend. Where was that? It was the Iron Man musical. There it is. That sold to Mark Rendon for $15. So left in this crate. Man, this thing was pretty full when I started. Sold a lot out of here. Still got that Horrendous album. Horrendous. That was called Ontological Mysterium. Got 3 of those. It was $34.99. We sold 2 of them for $30. So we'll do 30 on those. The Megadeth Peace Sells, but who's buying? Those are sealed reissues. Same deal with that. They were $34.99. Sold one for $30. So if anyone wants that, that's $30. And then Teak Talika, that is Charlie Griffiths. Some prog metal there, sealed. Liturgy, that is 93696. Motorpsycho, Kingdom of Oblivion, John Baldry, It Ain't Easy, Smokestack Lightning, Off the Wall, the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, It'll Shine When It Shines, Sutherland Brothers and Quiver, Sailing, and then the Chicago Conspiracy Trial, Rolling Stones, Get Your Yayas Out, Climax Blues Band, Sample and Hold, Charlie Musselwhite, Delbert McClinton, Genuine Cowhide, and then the Lamont Cranston Band, LC Notes, Stu Ramsey and Chicago Slim, Charlie Musselwhite, that's Going Back Down South, the Manish Boys, Black Orpheus soundtrack, Bobby Darin, Santana Zabop, KGB, the Fabulous Thunderbirds, What's the Word, Iron City House Rockers, Gordon Lightfoot, Shadows, Little Feat Live, Willie Nelson, Shotgun Willie, Alan Parsons Project, iRobot, and Billy Joel Turnstiles. That's all that I've got for tonight. If anyone wants to make any last minute offers or requests out, I don't know. Requests aren't gonna, I don't know. There are so many records over here, I wouldn't be able to find anything if I wanted to. Let's see. Is today still a part of that? Today starts a brand new invoice cycle. So our invoice cycle's from Sunday through Saturday. So whatever you bought like last night and back, that's on one invoice. The stuff for tonight won't show up on an invoice until next Monday. Let's see, Turnstiles 15. Michael McCullen, this was $14.99. I'll sell it to you for 1 cent less than you offered. Turnstiles, I'll sell it to you for $15 or $14.99. I mean, George Sambera has offered 14 on Gordon Lightfoot. Gordon Lightfoot is sold to George Samberas for $14. David V63. What Ozark was that? Let's see. Where is that Ozark? Was it Ozark Mountain Daredevils? Where was that thing? Yeah, Ozark Mountain Daredevils. It's VG Plus $14.99. It's called It'll Shine When It Shines. VG Plus $14.99. And let's see, did I miss anything else? Price and condition on the Charlie Musselwhite's Jetstream. Let me check. Those Charlie Musselwhites. Charlie Musselwhite. There's one right there. And one right there. Do you need both of them? If you do, let me know. I'll see if we can do some kind of little bundle deal or something. But this one is Going Back Down South. That was VG Plus $24.99. It's an early US reissue on the Arhuli label. And then this one is Time's Getting Tougher Than Tough. That's EX2799 from 1978. So that was like 28 and 25. That would be 53. I'll sell both of those to you for $40. $40 if you want them both, Jetstream. $40. Well, 20 on each of them if you want. Let's see. David V, let me know if you're interested in the Ozark Mountain Daredevils. If not, no problem. Let's see. Take Ozark. All right, there we go. Your comment just came through. That is sold to David V63. Thank you very much. George Samberes, are you being talked into getting that horrendous record? That's like a bad name to try to, I'm trying to like sell this thing. I'm like, yeah, it's horrendous. Buy this horrendous record. That's the name of the band. $30 on that. It was $34.99, but I'll do $30 on it. We've sold 2 of them for $30. If you want one, George, just say sold. Done for both. No problem, Jetstream. Yeah. Let's do 20 and 20 on these Charlie Musselwhite records. Those are sold to Jetstream over on YouTube. Thank you very much. 20 and 20 on those. And I guess now just waiting to hear from George Samberes to see if he wants a copy of Horrendous. Horrendous as recommended by Rebecca. No problem. Thank you, George. George Samberes, that Horrendous record is sold to you. And with that, we have filled that crate up. It is full to the brim. Did I hear Helen Wolf? No, Monica Malley, there wasn't any Helen Wolf in here. No Helen Wolf that was horrendous. But no, there wasn't any Helen Wolf in this crate. Smokestack Lightning. You might have heard me say Smokestack Lightning. It's a Helen Wolf track, but this is the band Smokestack Lightning. This is kind of like bluesy, sort of psyche. Kind of a cool record. VG 1999, but that was not Helen Wolf. Everything in here is buy now or best offer. Doctors Ebo. If you want to know my best price on Little Feet, it would be $22. $22. It was stickered at $29.99, but my best price on it would be $22. If you want that for $22, I'll sell it to you, Doctors Ebo, for $22. $22 on that. Let's see. Anything else? Anything else? Take it. All right. Doctors Ebo gets Little Feet for $22. Thank you very much. No problem, Monica. No problem. That's all I've got for tonight. Oh, Jeffrey Holly. Megadeth is $30. $30 on it. It's a sealed reissue. I'm not sure which one it is. The stupid, I don't know, the barcode on this always pulls up like 10 different pressings. So, I mean, the only way to really know is to open it. But I'm not sure. I know it's a, modern reissue kind of thing. It's not like an early reissue, and it's definitely not an OG. But I think this barcode even might pull up the original pressing. But no, it's a reissue. It was stickered at $34.99. We sold one for $30, and it's a buy now best offer crate. So I will do 30. Jeffrey, 30 is the best price. I already knocked it down $5. I'll do 30 on that. Don't miss that Horrendous album. Yeah, I've only got 2 more. Rebecca is really recommending this Horrendous album. We had 5, now we're down to 2. Will anyone else take it for $30? Sold Jeffrey, thank you. I appreciate that. Megadeth is sold to Jeffrey Holly for $30. KGB 15. KGB, where was that? 15 sounds like the right price. It sounds good to me. Where is it though? I have to find it to sell it. KGB. Oh, it was sealed. I forgot it was sealed. Charlie, let's do 18. 18 on that. Kind of just a little bit more on that just because it is a sealed copy. I'll do $18 on it. That's $7 off of sticker. $7 off sticker would be 18 on that. And anything else? Anything else? I think this upcoming week's going to be pretty good. It's going to be a good week. What's the price on the Alan Parsons project? Craig, Corey, it's EX condition, $14.99. $14.99 on Alan Parsons project, iRobot. Charlie DeFrank said, okay, so let's sell KGB to Charlie DeFrank for $18. That's sold to Charlie DeFrank for $18. Now that I'm like threatening to stop the feed, everyone wants to buy everything. It's always how it goes. That's how it goes. All right. It was a good last crate, though. I'm glad I grabbed that one and did buy now best offer on it. Like maybe we hadn't gone through that one in a while. All right. Anything else? No one else on the horrendous record? All right. Let's see. 10 more seconds. And then I am going to log off. 10 more seconds and I'm going to log off. All right. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Sunday night. We will be back tomorrow. At 5 o'clock. Well, I don't know. I don't know what 5 o'clock Chad time will be tomorrow, but we're definitely going to plan on starting at 5, but we'll see what actually happens. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. You guys have